News Talk Radio 610 WIOD presents The Best of Rogers, highlights of previously recorded Neil Rogers shows. Because this is a recorded program, our phone lines are not open, so please don't attempt to call. Remember, join Neil Rogers every weekday morning at 10. Now, here's The Best of Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
I'm a Cub fan and a Bud man, and I trust you are too.
Boy, you talk about two cards going together.
Yeah, I thought so.
We're dying over here.
10:06 at WIOD. The bird with his birthday day has already got cakes and frankincense and myrrh and a sports department T-shirt. What the hell more could you want?
Incredible. I got
a new copybook from Laura today.
What a day.
This place is really shaping up, you know. Another 10, 15 years, it could be almost called a radio station. And somebody clipped out a thing. Here's a big article about Dion's new album, which we've been playing the hell out of, which you will not hear on GTR.
Right.
And Spike Wise had a memo in here about Zeta that he came in and took back because he's nervous that it could be wrong. And we got all the rumors about W Snooze. Tomorrow's a big meeting, 2:30 tomorrow afternoon at WOLD. And that's kind of a little preface to our big show today with our special guest, Mr. Degenerate, Hank, pardon me for being a Steve Kane fan, Goldberg.
Excuse me?
I don't want to give you any material. But
if you're talking about him, you just ran out of material.
But I will say this. Yesterday, now some guy in the Slammer, as a matter of fact. Remember the horse named In the Slammer?
Yes.
With Jose Velez, as a
yes,
matter of
I certainly do.
Some guy in the Slammer sent me a bunch of great cigars, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And when Steve came in yesterday, he bummed one of the cigars, which he always does. He evidently likes cigars, or he just likes anything that's free, I guess.
Or anything that's shaped like that.
Oh. But anyway.
Oh, right.
So he got the cigar, which is fine, and then when he came on the air, he did this hysterical thing about people who smoke are drug addicts and about nicotine as a drug, and he was just ripping everybody an ass who smokes and fetching about his wife and his father-in-law and all these people in his house. His daughter is smoking, and he's just sick and tired of it. And I know that he was puffing on one of these while he was talking about all this. So I just mentioned that. I don't want to give you material because I'm sure you got
I know his show's not contrived.
No. So anyway, how about those Cubs, huh?
Now, your birthday card to me...
Wait a minute. I asked him a question.
Your favorite players on the DL.
Mitch Webster.
Yeah.
But I got better news for you than that. Guess who else sprained his neck yesterday?
Who?
I'd like to wring his neck, but Sean Dunston had a little problem. We had to bring Ramos into the game, and Schwanz Dunston, and Ramos made two incredible defensive plays. What is Zimmer's story? Has he got something going with Dunston there? What is the deal?
Yeah, one time, the shortstop of the 80s and 90s or whatever.
For Iowa, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he just hasn't worked out.
Yeah, so to speak. So anyway, Hank is here. We may talk a little sports, but of course he's here to rip Steve for 4 hours. That's the basic.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And we're going to eat a lot of food. We already got 2 birthday cakes, and good stuff coming. Pizza Loft is coming, and the Arnold folks are coming with those Royal Castle burgers. About 40 of those will get you in good
Royal
shape.
Castle burgers?
Yeah, the real good ones. The cheeseburgers.
And Johnny Dark's here, and he said there's a mystery guest coming in for a minute. A surprise.
Oh, no, this isn't one of those... no.
It isn't one of those.
Is Bob Mayer coming?
Yeah.
We'll get to the short subjects a little later on. Bob Mayer is coming, your buddy from Channel 4.
Talks for the lateral S. That might be it.
Boom Boom is coming.
Oh, my God.
From Super Sure?
What a day that would be.
Wow.
That is
shocking.
How old are you, Bird?
41.
Nothing.
And
a veritable child.
They said to me, Hank, they said, what would be your dream birthday on 41? And I said, well, it would be to sit around and listen to 2 guys talk about meaningless sports for a couple of hours.
Somebody called our show last night and said, what are you and Neil going to talk about? You're going to talk sports? I said, no, we're not going to talk about anything. They never talk about anything on the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to fit in.
I mean, I know the routine here.
Yeah.
Do you?
Here's Gav Pitt. There's a long drive. Deep center field. Way back. It might be. It is.
No, we're not going to talk anything.
Have you been to Wrigley Field?
No.
You've
I'd
never
love to
been
go
to
there.
Wrigley
No, I've
Field?
never been there. You can understand, I've only been... When I started to get interested in the Cubs a little bit, when I had Store, and I don't want to get started on them, but when I was in Pembroke Pines, 84, which is great because it's the year they won the division. So I started seeing the games, and I, of course, grew up with Harry Carey about 100 years ago. A lot of people talk about Harry with the Cardinals, but they forget he used to do St. Louis Billiken basketball. He was great. He was. Billiken's basketball was tremendous. That's when they had great teams.
Last year, I had a great treat. I was in Dodger Stadium. Roy Firestone and I went to a Dodger Cub game, and we sat. Roy's friendly with Steve Stone, so we sat in the booth while Harry and Stone did the game. And that's something to watch Harry for a ball game. Yeah,
watching Harry try to figure out what stadium he's in, it's incredible. It's just amazing. Calling Andre Dawson, Andre Rogers.
Sips. Mm-hmm.
He's a Bud man, don't you understand?
I'm a Cub fan and a Bud man, and I trust you are too.
Oh, yeah. There's some games this year he's got a head start. No, seriously, like when we were in Montreal, Montreal swept the series. It was really depressing. We scored like 1 run in all 3 games or something. And before each game started, he was like in dire straits, as they say in the music business.
Well, Wrigley Field is an amazing. I had never been there until last summer, and I went up there with the Dolphins, played a preseason game there, and we went to Wrigley in the afternoon. And the Cubs were, as usual, because it's September or so August, they're hopelessly out of it.
20 games out, yeah.
And they were playing San Francisco, and they were lined up on the street outside to get tickets for this team that's in 5th place. It's really amazing.
It is.
They love
coming from here. That's amazing.
No, I'm beginning to discover, because I was a Pirates fan all those years. You can be a fan of any other team. It's not like being a Cubs fan. There's a certain death wish involved or something. I don't know what it is, but there's a thing that's very, very difficult.
It's kind of like Steve's listeners, but I'm not getting into that.
Here we go.
So he was smoking a stogie in here, which nobody knew about, and he was telling all these cigarette smokers that they're drug addicts. I thought that was shocking.
That's amazing.
It was incredible. You could almost hear him puffing on the air. So we found a real reason that Hank came in today. He wants to talk about Madonna's crotch, is what it's really all about.
You saw the new video.
Yeah, I saw it. We stayed around here after the show and watched the video, on a little monitor. I need a bigger screen. You know what
inspired this is he was listening to Steve's show on crotch a couple of months ago. You do listen, I can tell.
This was crotch grabbing.
Crotch grabbing.
Yeah.
Now, why is it okay, like, for Steve Tyler to grab his crotch in a video, but if Madonna does it, it's not ladylike?
Oh, I don't know.
But she's not ladylike to begin with. She's disgusting. She's a slime ball.
She is.
Okay, the Birds Horse won yesterday. We should mention this. We got Alias Berman in a desperate 4-horse blanket finish. On the far outside, here was Heriberto Castillo with Alias Berman for 620.
He's my new favorite rider.
He's a good jock. He has been for a couple of years.
He brought in B.L. Stryker a couple of weeks ago.
Did that horse come in?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was picking that one over and over again.
Well, I don't want to upset you, but the trifecta was $624.
And you had it. We don't want to hear about all the tickets. I can't stand it.
Well, I know why you like B.L. Stryker. He was gelded.
Whatever you say, Hank. I told you he was here to talk about crotches. Anyway, the first race, now, you're, like, under protest.
I know.
Phil said that you got to pick in the double today so he can call in.
Where did you get this?
Listener sent that in. Horse ring.
The horse ring.
Yeah, I know it is. It's a horseshoe.
See if I can find the note.
It's very pretty.
Yes,
anyway, the Birds picking DeBelle Rose in the first race today, under protest.
Okay.
Well, you really picked Do You Read Me with Gonzalez in the fifth, so that'll be like a saver.
All right.
Okay.
Contingency.
But you got to pick in the first because Phil would be disappointed on your birthday not to call in.
It's under protest. I just want that on the record.
And in the fourth race, I'm picking Sister Dave with Chavez because any horse with a name like that can't be all bad. Okay.
Well, let me tell you what happened with B.L. Stryker. They gelded him, and he's a different horse.
Well, you would be too, I would think, wouldn't you?
I don't know that I would run faster.
Same happened with my puppies. No, they're very docile, very manageable, though.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah, they become very manageable.
And so this horse has never been better.
So how about those Cubs, Hank? And all you Mets fans, you know, I don't want to rub it in because Fat Rich is going to get upset and he'll pace the floor tonight. But just when the Cubs game ended, I turned over to OR just to see, you know, how bad the Mets are going to get beat. And of course, when Fernando Valenzuela starts and you get beat, when you lose the game, then you know you really got problems because he's
finished.
Pathetic. And it was the top of the 10th. And McCarver, and I don't know why you guys keep telling everybody how great McCarver is, because I think he sucks, okay? He second-guesses every play through the whole game and repeats the same thing over. Yeah, get the paper there, because we got a lot of sports
Give me something to do.
Okay. So anyway, the Dodgers have got runners on first and third with 2 out. Eddie Murray is coming up, okay? So Davey Johnson pulls a couple of pieces off his face, and he said, okay, let's walk Eddie Murray, and we'll go with Rick Dempsey, okay? So Aguilera walks Eddie Murray, and they're saying, oh, what a great move, what a great move. Both Kiner and McCarver are loving this. because you'd rather let Rick Dempsey beat you than Eddie Murray. He's just devastating. You can't get him out, so they load the bases. And Aguilera throws 4 pitches so far out of the strike zone to Dempsey, walks him on 4 straight pitches, and forces in a winning run. And I loved it. I thought it was great. And they're sitting there analyzing this and going on about how McCarver sucks, okay?
You know, like
See, the only
McCarver,
reason
you know
that
McCarver is
the
going to...
only reason, I don't care, so did Joe Doggiola, okay?
Yeah, he's going to get the CBS job.
Great.
With
So do all
Brent.
these ex-jocks. You know about that. You know all these illiterate ex-jocks like Doggiola and Dizzy Dean and all those guys. They're terrible.
Most of them.
And Kubek? Kubek's got a quality.
I don't like his voice.
Get out of here.
But you know something?
Don't
if you
tell me
listen
Kubek
to
is good.
I
No,
like,
he
I
sucks.
used to
He's
like
another
Kubek.
second-guesser. I don't want to hear people second-guessing through the whole game, okay? Now, Steve might say, if he throws him a low outside slider here, this guy's slow as molasses, he can get out of the ground, we can get a double play and get out of the inning. He might say something like that. But when the play is over, he's not going to second-guess it for the next 2 innings. McCarver will go, and Kubek the same way, feels he's compelled to second-guess every play, that's his purpose for being there. If he was such a great genius, how come he's not managing somewhere?
Well, Kubek chose not to. He'd rather sit.
No, I mean
it's easier
McCarver.
to second-guess.
Yeah, it is easier to second-guess.
And you get more money.
Just ask Zimmer. I second-guess him all the time. Zimmer's a good manager, by the way. I hate to say
I always
that.
thought Zimmer was
He's
a good
an
baseball
excellent
guy.
manager.
Yeah.
In fact, the one game where they did second-guess him, I know this will really bore everybody. Look at this. They're reading the papers. That's good. He pulled Maddox out in the 4th inning in a second game against Hershiser when they beat him 4-2. Maddox had no control at all. The bases are tonight. The guests are Courtney Cox and Alan King. Now, do you realize if you put that together, how many broadcasters you got in there? You got Alan Courtney, Don Cox, and Larry King, all tonight on Late Night.
Larry King had Donald Trump on last night.
I don't care. I'm not impressed by Donald Trump, okay? In fact, even the people in Palm Beach don't want to talk to him. They're not interested in him. Now, getting back to the NFL draft show, because you brought it up. See, I'm so glad he brought it up first. Who was picked 89? Was it Eric Camaro's brother?
I really don't remember. I'm not a fan of draft shows.
You know my favorite part of that show? I tuned in about 5:30, and Hank was saying...
We're going over here.
It was incredible. Talk about overkill. And then, didn't you say, I didn't hear it, but somebody reported to me, a spy, that it got to be like in the last hour, and you said, this is the most boring thing I've ever been involved in my life.
Yes, I would
Something to
never
that
watch
effect.
or listen to a draft show. I said that. I did say that. Well, you can read it's like, sitting around watching people draw names out of a hat for 7 hours.
See, the lottery, when they draw the numbers, it only takes like 20
people
seconds.
are into that, though. I mean, people actually sit these draftniks. They sit and I once said, I said this last year, that if because the draft used to be during the week, and people used to take the day off to watch the draft. I said, if I had a guy working for me who took the day off to watch the draft, he could take the rest of his life off.
No
I would
kidding.
never. I'd fire him in a second. You got.
I don't understand it. All those people that showed up
But
and they had to
they
pay
love
for the food. Who the hell were those people? Because I looked at the picture that Joe brought in here, and it only had the backs of the heads. It was a from behind kind of shot.
Tons of people.
But it looked like a lot of them were blue hairs. Did they think it was?
I didn't see one blue hair in the
get out of here! Where's
Honestly.
that picture? We'll find a picture. I'll show it to you.
No, there were
Looks
no.
like they came in on a bus from Winmore.
No, there
Come
were
on,
a
Hank.
lot of young people there.
Yeah. What, like 90?
Let me tell you something.
Under
I would
100?
rather they've been 90 because these young people are a pain in the ass.
Hey, I got news for you, okay? What was the place that I did the show from that time? Over in Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, the hotel over there at INZ. What the hell's the name of it? The Hallmark.
The Hallmark.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Of
Thank
course.
you so much.
Okay.
You put it out of your
I'm
mind, I
going to tell you
noticed.
something.
How's USA Today today?
They
Roger?
brought food. It's all cut up.
Oh.
They brought
that's
food
the
and set it
entertainment
like in the
report's all
back
cut
of the
out.
room.
Yeah.
These people, the
Oh,
youngest
yeah.
of whom was 120, Methuselah's grandmother,
Yeah.
they descended on that thing. And I'm on the air, okay? We're up on the stage, we're on the air. And the noise, it sounded like we were at Wrigley Field with a packed house. It was incredible. And then when they left, there were like little crumbs left. There was tons and tons of food. Bill Cosford was on the show. That was in the days when he was speaking to us.
Mm-hmm.
And he was up on the panel with me, okay? So we got a little raised platform, and he's got a plate. He had already gone back, got a couple of bagels and lox and whatever. He's got a plate of food. He gets up and goes to talk to somebody for a minute during a break. He comes back. They've lifted his food right off the table.
True story.
Okay. This place was, there were a lot of booster-type people, those people who show up at the airport, when the team comes in, people who go out when there's a parade.
See, I see a few young people here in the front, all of whom have their backs to the podium, to you guys, like they're playing rotisserie baseball or something. But over here on the left-hand side,
that's
like
a reach,
lot
as they say
of
in the draft.
very, very ancient people.
Not
ancient.
at our show.
Oh, man, look at
now,
this.
if the show
like
was on
blue hair.
If the show was on between 2 and 6 on a weekday, you'd see blue hair.
So getting to the... Wait a minute, there's an imposter calling me sometimes... Oh, an imposter for you?
Yeah, I am the real puker.
Yeah?
Yesterday somebody called posing as me.
Really?
I want to let that guy know when I get him, I am going to barf in his shoes.
Okay. A little early today for the lightning round. Hank's got them all worked up into a frenzy. So anyway, Huh?
Before lunch?
Yeah, well, it's good to puke before lunch. Then you get a good appetite.
You eat more, yeah.
That's what the Romans used to do, among other
I had a
things.
friend used to do that at buffets. You know, all you can eat, $7. You go through, eat once, then go, get rid of it, come back, eat again.
Have you ever noticed the animals that show up in those places? Remember the Chinese buffet down by you there?
Mm-hmm.
You know the one I'm talking about? I used to see people in there who looked like, what's the football player from Michigan State, the animal? Mandarich. Who looked like that. And they would go in and they would just keep eating and eating, and you could see the owner's eyeballs dilating like pinball machines.
Yeah, they didn't like
spinning.
to see us coming to those things.
Oh, man. In fact, this room is pretty heavy-duty right now with Fat Rich and me, Hank, and Johnny Dark. We didn't expect Johnny, but the room is tilting as we speak right now. So anyway, the rumor is W Snooze tomorrow at 2:30. Dennis Collins vehemently denies it, of course, because he's apoplectic that it got on. They're having a big meeting tomorrow, and they're going to be simulcasting Channel 7 News from 6 to, 6 to 8 in the morning
6
or
to 8,
6 to 9?
I think.
Something in the morning.
One or the other. Yeah.
And then in evening, and then also like at night, the 10 to 11 news. They're going to be, so that's going to be their news. So their whole news staff is going to be decimated. They're just going to pick up the audio.
Dennis moving to Texas?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Well, they
and also they're going to be simulcasting live during the rest of the hours. That's the rumor.
Well, if they're going to simulcast Channel 7's news, then these people who are coming on here this afternoon, who you promote, shouldn't be on here because they're going to be on another station tomorrow.
Well, that's a good point. I was fascinated by that because I haven't read Steve's promo yet. But what the hell did I do with
Fade to black from 2 till 6,
Steve has got, but maybe he'll get the inside story. Tabloid TV, what makes it tick, and the guests are going to be WSVN's news director, Joel Cheatwood, and inside story anchor Penny Daniels.
Oh.
Now, I heard a little scuttlebutt, may not be true, but I heard yesterday that because they're going to have all this extra pressure on them, that Sally's going to get a chance to go on vacation before the big move over there so she can recharge her batteries.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Good answer. Good answer.
That's just a little rumor there. It was quite a statement, and there may be some truth in it. No, that's true. So maybe this afternoon we'll get a little inside information about that. Hank liked that. It's starting to sink in now just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Between that one and the gerbil story, I'm not sure which one he liked the best.
The only batteries I've ever seen are the ones that, Jose, what's-his-name, uses on the backstretch when all of a sudden you see the horse go, shot out of a cannon.
Exactly. Now, we don't want to get too racing intensive. So anyway, Dave's going to call us today. Johnson, didn't we start this like 20 minutes ago? And he's going to give us the draw
today.
And it looks like Sunday Silence is going to run.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he's a lock. I mean, there's nothing in it.
What if the track is good?
He can still run on a good track.
Yeah, he can, but so can Easy Goer. I think.
Easy Goer's a counterfeit son of a bitch, okay? I hate to say that. No, listen.
He just can't run on an off track.
Get out of here. What great horse did you ever know that couldn't run on an off track? Name me one. The best race.
I will.
Yeah.
Little Current.
Little Current wasn't a great horse.
He won 2 legs of the Triple.
Yeah, but he wasn't a great horse.
The Kentucky Derby is a fraud as a major race.
Wow. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Would you like to hear why?
After the break.
Okay. Well,
one of the reasons it was a fraud is because it's like a cavalry charge.
That's
I don't
exactly
like it all
right. I mean, it's not a true horse race. You know, it's
you're going to have a small field.
Yeah.
The best race Seattle Slew ever ran in his life, he lost, and that was in one of those, either the Marlboro Cup or Jockey Gold Cup, when Exceller beat him, when Steve Cawthon lost the irons unaffirmed. And what was the other horse in the entry? Something Hope, Abe's Hope or something was the entry with affirmed. And the two of them ran with Seattle Slew. They ran off. And they went in blazing fractions. I mean, it was incredible. And then, of course, the two, they dropped back, but Seattle Slew kept going. And Shoemaker brought Exceller on the inside and hooked up with Seattle Slew and beat him by a head. And Seattle Slew came back in a stretch after being passed and almost won it. That was his best race on a very sloppy track.
Yeah. Most good horse. I mean, hey, the horse didn't run a bad race. You know, he ran second in that race with all kinds of trouble.
He didn't have all kinds of trouble.
But
he was fifth on the outside. He had every shot in the world to win it. He was right behind Sunday Silence. He didn't have any horse, okay?
No,
he didn't have any problems.
Well, he was beaten. I mean, he was beaten.
Badly
by Sunday
beaten.
Silence. Absolutely.
And if Sunday Silence would have run straight, he'd have won by 10 lengths.
The second time
he took kind of like the Ogis Tour there.
I thought he was going to make a U-turn in the stretch.
He tried to.
But I think Easy Goer will beat this horse on Saturday.
Well,
and
that's good.
I'm willing to bet on that.
We got a little contretemps, as Frank Wright used to say, which is why that show isn't on anymore.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on...
As to the way... No, seriously, as to the kind... A lot of people think that sports guys can only talk sports, and anything else intelligent they cannot discuss, and Hank just disproved that in a fleeting moment, when he asked probably the most perspicacious question I've ever heard asked in 30 years in the business. Perspicacious, and he asked the bird, have you always been bald? And I thought that was one of the most bizarre questions I've ever heard in my life. And the answer was even better. He said, not lately.
Am I bald?
I'm not sure...
Yeah, of course you are.
I am?
Yeah.
We got a collect call from New York. It's probably one of Hank's bookies. Hello.
Hi, yeah, Hank, how you doing?
I'm not so good.
Where's my grand?
I said not so good. That's like I was with a guy the other day, and he's calling in his car to get the basketball numbers, and the guy said, your number's 1360. Drive carefully.
That's true. You guys are the greatest. I just...
Today. That's for anything we need.
I can look it up in the New York Times.
No, the New York Times is a pinko right wing, left wing, ultra wing, whatever it is. Here's the USA Today, Maryland. Okay, we know there'll be a lot of cities in Maryland in here. Sunny 84. Oh, look at this. It's going to dry out. It's going to be 84 on Saturday.
Easy goer. Easy time.
No chance. Sunday silence and a romp.
All the rain went out to sea yesterday.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Well, it's easy for you to say. So what are you doing up there? Like picking Howard Stern's nose or something? I can't even say it. I'm so tongue-tied here today with this big guest we got.
You got to wash your tongue with the bird's birthday, though.
Yeah. So you want to say happy birthday to the bird? You don't have to if you don't mean it, but you can.
He already did. You guys are so into sports. You didn't even hear what the guy said. He wished.
Did your horse win yesterday? Did your horse win yesterday?
Didn't you?
Did your horse win yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a birthday gift from Hialeah.
Exactly, a gift from a heaven.
Now, this man did wish me a
When Alias Berman, when a Jewish horse wins at Hialeah, then you know you've got a gift from above.
Alias Berman had Irish ownership.
Bird, you going out to dinner tonight?
Sure.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Wait, hang around for Steve. He'll get you a free meal tonight.
Only if he's with you.
Oh, boy, a shot?
A little shot.
I didn't even come prepared for this, you know?
So let me ask you a question, Hank. Were you always fat? Far be it for me to ask, but I just thought it kind of fit, you know. So what do you want, pal? What's the story?
Okay, I got a good one for you, Neil.
Okay.
I went out to dinner last night at the Oak Room of the Plaza Hotel.
Great. I thought maybe you went to a Horn and Hard Arts cafeteria.
Did you see Ivana? Was Ivana there? Was it maitre d' or whatever?
Yeah, well, some of her jewels were in the display case.
I'm sure Donald's jewels. She carries them in her hand.
Just a bronze edition. But anyway, we're out to dinner last night.
No, I think it was Little Current.
We're at the Oak Room in the Plaza last night, and the piano player was playing some. He comes around and says, "Can I play something either popular or classical or whatever?" He plays a couple tunes, and he comes back to the table and he gives us his card. It's Irving Field. Neil, do you know who his sister is?
Peppy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And Irving says, when I'm down in Florida, I go over to Wynmore and Century Village for a couple of weeks at a time.
Yeah, he should have his ashes spread there, I'm sure.
And then right after he left, my mother announced proudly that she stopped taking her Feldine.
Oh, that's terrific. In fact, she just called last hour. You know what she said?
What'd she say?
We're going over here.
Neil, I met you at for the Camilla's House thing back in October.
Oh, yeah.
I was with my wife. We had just gotten married. We got married in Alabama. I don't know if you remember us.
Well, that cinches it for me, okay? We got enough goyim down here already, sir. Stay in New York.
I was only born here. I live in Miami, Kendall area.
Okay. Well, nothing's perfect. Well, listen, this has been quite a call, okay?
But
enough is enough already.
Okay.
Have a great time now. See ya.
When they get into their resume, it's goodbye.
Yeah, I have to hear all of that. 10:44 at WIOD, and we're now. You said the Kentucky Derby's a fraud. It's not only because of the big field. Was that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I mean you get some slobs running.
How do you like that horse that Steve is picking? He's trying to tout you on that horse. What's the horse?
Oh,
Northern Wolf.
Northern Wolf,
the one that wiped out half of the field. And Phil tried to tell him yesterday in a nice way. He said, you know, he didn't run such a big race because he wiped out half of the field, and that was what gave him a little bit of advantage. He made a little move there and then puked in the stretch.
Steve didn't want to hear it.
Steve says he's going to tout you on Northern Wolf.
Well, he's not going to tout me on Northern Wolf.
What? Now, for a guy like you, I have never seen you bet.
Tout me on chocolate, and I love it.
I've never seen you bet chalk in my life, and you're going to go. You're going to
chalk sometime.
3 to 5.
He won't be 3 to 5.
Oh, get out of here!
So?
On a fast track
at Hialeah.
Yeah.
Think we'll make him
Sunday Silence paid $10 and change, didn't he? At Hialeah.
Yeah. I had
people over here
you know
don't have
the perfecta paid at Hialeah, by the way? It was $18.
That's stealing.
Yeah, and at church
Mortal.
it was $15.
Mortal. All you had to do is box those two. That's $4 for 18. I'll take that all day.
I just played
One thing I don't like about Hank, though, is he cashes. There was this other guy at the track that when Bill Calder and I used to go out, he never lost. If you listen to this guy. I had that. I had the trifecta 85 times. Of course, if you look at the pool, like the pool is 30,000 and the try is like 14,000. So only 2 people have got it. He's got it 6 times, you know. And you never lose.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I lost 9 times on Sunday.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better.
But I had a show parlay.
I do very well when I stay away from all you experts. When I'm like down, I like going and staying away from everybody, and I do very well. When I go up and I start listening, because I have no sales resistance, so I get touted on everything.
I went out to the Eclipse Awards this year.
And I did give you a horse, by the way, that came in. Didn't pay a lot.
Capital ABC.
Yeah,
paid a lot for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I put him in a bet 3, and I had a $95 horse in one way. It came back $1,277.
Good. See, are we going to have to listen to this for
3 tickets? I had Rich Dalrymple with me from the University of Miami. He's never going to work again. He thinks this is the way to live.
Oh, now what'd you do? You sent him to the window to cash?
No. Yeah, right.
10%ers at the U of M. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, they'll be on their way to pick you up any second. Now, that brings me, I got to nail you on this, because this bothers me. Okay?
What, did I
avoid
the tax?
No. Oh, no, I like that. No, the fact that this gambling thing, that it's like an epidemic, and nobody talks about the fact that it's illegal. The hypocrisy is so incredible, and I keep bringing it up, and everybody's too embarrassed to talk about it.
What?
Far be it from me. Like on the networks, they've got Jimmy the Geek used to be on there, and they got all these other guys, and Axtell, your buddy, and all these degenerates, and they're talking about covering the spread. And you guys have been doing it on Mid Station forever. You invented it.
I do it on Channel 4.
Exactly. But it's all illegal. And Musburger was on one day, and he's talking about some story about he was watching a game with his grandfather, and he ran to the phone. What did he run to the phone for? To get Metamucil or to call his bookie? They never used the word, but what they're talking about is illegal betting.
Yeah.
Except in Vegas, there's nowhere in the country that you got sports betting.
I think, like Beano Cook told me, when he was once in a press box and somebody from the NFL was trying to convince him that only 1% of the people in this country bet on their games. And Beano said, then they all live on my street. Because it's rampant. And you know something? I've got 2 things for you, all right? 2 things that are going to happen in the next couple of years. One,
legalized sports betting
in the Bahamas. That'll be
the Bahamas? Well, that's going to really help us out.
Secondly, on the Indian reservations.
Oh.
Watch. This is a scoop. Within the next couple of years, you're going to see sports books on Indian reservations, and they can't do anything to stop it. All they have to do is go to the state, to the legislature, because the federal government won't get involved in this. And they're going to go to the state in Florida, and they're going to say, we want to put casinos on these Indian reservations, on this Indian land. And the state is going to say, casinos? Oh, no, we can't have casinos. Let's have a lottery, you know, and bring Rebecca the slut in or whatever. And then...
that was Hank Goldberg,
am I allowed to say it? I didn't mean her.
Oh.
So anyway...
Rebecca or the slut.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And, well, there's something fishy going on there. So anyway... They will not want casinos, but they'll give them an out and say, okay, you can have sports betting.
She's taking some time off to recharge her batteries, too. But
I believe that.
It's 11 till 11 at WIOD. All these enough
remarks. Exposure.
Oh, Roger in there is he is the guilty party, man.
Yep.
He's got some incestuous
When's Ranieri going on vacation again so we can...
Boy, they got some
Roger,
kind of deal going on.
He was in the studio one day, and I came walking in, and Roger, like, you know, he bolted the door, didn't want to let me leave her, remember?
See, the part of the story, you know, they had all this big cinema Saturday because the balls didn't fall right or something like that.
Right,
Did you say that?
On her chin.
So anyway, what they didn't tell the public is that Roger was doing the drawing after it was not on TV, okay? That was the part that wasn't there. Roger and Rebecca were doing it.
I see.
Off camera.
You're listening to the best.
This, but Gonzalez, no matter who he's running
going to New Jersey.
Did you know? Oh, good. That's great. Good luck to him.
He won't do that well up there.
How do you know that?
I'm telling you.
Well,
He'll have trouble getting mounts.
Do you read me with Gonzalez in the 5th as your, like, backup bet? And what's the horse I picked?
According to Dirk Ackerman, he's not going to do well in New Jersey.
Sister Dave.
Dirk has watched too many races at Hazel Park. That's his story, okay? Dirk's a great guy. Dirk Ackerman, I want to tell you, when I was up at the press box at Hiley a couple of weeks ago, Dirk Ackerman is sitting there. He's got a TV set. He's got a radio. And all these degenerates, including this gentleman here, they're all running around. Okay, what's the next score? What's the Yankee game is on, and the White Sox game, and I'm telling you, man, and of course, plus the race, which is like almost insufferable at this point. Oh, man, you talk about a bunch of plungers. It was just, and of course, Jimko was up there, too. He can plunge with the best of them.
Of course.
Then he took me upstairs there on the roof, you know. I thought he was going to jump, and I said, Tom, it's not that bad. The Miami News was no big deal to begin with. But there's a place, have you ever gone up there?
Yeah.
To watch the races. Evidently, years ago, it was an old press box or something up there.
Well, they used to use that area for the overflow on Flamingo Day. Now there's an underflow on Flamingo Day.
There's an underflow almost every day, which is sad.
Diamond in the 10th race. Charlie Hussey.
So anyway, he took me up there, and it's a great place to watch the race, but the only thing is you feel the floor. It's like sitting in traffic on the George Washington Bridge, when you feel it vibrating, you know?
Yeah. That's right.
And you stand up there and you feel the whole track vibrating, and you know it sure ain't from the crowd, you know. Look at this, snowy and sunny with Gonzalez in the third. So we got the program now. Now we can be really dangerous. Now, what did you pick?
Well, you don't like Charlie Hussey, but I like his horse.
Oh, jeez. Good luck to you. Not with my money. Charlie, you're a wonderful guy, but there's certain jockeys I just don't bet. Steve Gaffleone is one. Charlie is another. There are not too many, but there are just...
Look who's riding in the last race. Mike Connor, Odin Lozano, Pedro Rodriguez, we talked about, Bubba Wilson, Gerard Halimi.
Gerard John Juice, Benny Greenstein, Rolando Soto, who's doing pretty good, by the way. Is he related to Santiago, or is he...
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know too much to it. Gabriel Aguila, he's related to Rick Aguilera, I think, who did that great job last night and walked it really around. Bobby Greco, who used to play a hell of a center field for the Pirates, and Jose's sister. Jose Rivera II, and Derek Acevedo, who's been hanging around here for a long time.
Jose Rivera II related to Jose Rivera I?
Probably not. He's probably related to Jungle.
I wonder how long he's been bald.
Jungle Jim Rivera.
Jungle Jim, I remember him.
Yeah, so does
White Sox
lady
right
too.
fielder.
So anyway, I still don't know what's the horse that I picked today. Do we have
Sister David.
It is shopping fun for everyone. It starts next.
Food.
Send me presents.
Including a triple cheese pizza,
Ooh,
which
this
we're doing now, and tons of other stuff. But they brought you frankincense and myrrh.
This one's real
All kinds
heavy.
of Wow.
Oh, my God.
This is a meal. This isn't a pizza. This is like a meal. It's got like
This is really heavy.
stuff in between every layer. Okay. There's beef and mushrooms and onions in between the layers.
They sent me 6 imported beers from around the world.
Wow, don't let Henry get hold of that.
Wait, Barrow, here's this. Beers of the world. There's 6 beers. That's really nice. Thanks, Jeff and Lanny over at the... and Pizza Loft shirts.
What?
They sent me...
Oh, here's a special call on the Brat line. Hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
Well, it's Gail Not So Bright.
Yeah, Gail.
And I just called to tell Bird happy birthday.
Wow, thanks, Gail.
Wasn't that nice?
He's only a year older than you are, Gail.
We don't want to talk about that.
No, Gail, when am I going to get my birthday hug?
Well, I was going to come in today, but I thought since I was on vacation and I'm reporting live from the beach at Bal Harbor, it might not be too good of an idea.
Are you wearing a bathing suit?
Yes.
Oh, my
too bad.
God. Yeah, you should come on in, Gail. Won't bother to change.
Don't bother to change. Okay, well, I do have a little shirt on over the top.
I'm sure.
No, I would have bought something, but, they don't pay me enough, so I really can't afford it.
Well, I appreciate the call. That's real nice.
And I was hoping that you guys would save me some of that good food.
Well, you have to come in to get it.
Otherwise, it'll look like those white Russell hamburgers you guys had last night.
Oh.
Royal Castle to you, Gail.
A Royal Castle.
Are you from New
Kind of like
York?
with your news, Gail. Close, but not exactly correct.
I didn't know you
Just
were.
a little joke, Gail.
I know, it's just a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Just a joke.
Why should we let accuracy interfere with delivery?
Exactly.
That's right. Credibility, remember?
Right.
Okay, well, you guys have a...
You going to
good
track Saturday, Gail?
Excuse me?
You going to be at the track Saturday?
Only if I get a tip on a horse.
We could arrange that.
Okay, well, why don't you in my little room there.
Hank said he's got a tip for you, Gail.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Also one on a horse.
I'm not going to comment on it.
Okay. Okay, listen, see you later, Gail. Have a wonderful life, and
have a nice vacation.
Okay, happy birthday, Bert.
Thanks, Gail.
Okay,
bye.
When you get back.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, Gail had, now, how did that go? Dorothy gave Gail a birthday present. It was a pin, nice pin. It said credibility, and it was misspelled.
Gail gave it to Dorothy for her birthday last week.
Gail gave it to Dorothy. Well, don't let that spread around.
Yeah, it was...
How about the pin?
Dorothy's birthday last week. Mother Taurus.
Wasn't it Gail's birthday?
Yeah, also. A lot of Tauruses in this business. Have you heard?
Taurus was last week.
Yeah, but so Dorothy.
There's a lot of Taurus in this.
And Joe
Taurus in it. And Joe Jackie had a birthday. He was like 18, and it was incredible.
He can promote now, which is very exciting.
We have never had this particular kind of pizza before. This is like a meal in a pizza. That's how good it is. This is phenomenal. Oh, now what is that? There's some baked ziti, the spaghetti, the meatballs with stuffed shells.
What's that?
Oh, now, lasagna with mushrooms.
Makes you brought enough food.
Wow.
Enough food?
And garlic rolls. Look at Johnny Dark. He's not saying a word. He's out of his mind. He's just going nuts. Go on. Thank you so much. These garlic rolls? That's what they are, Hank. Garlic. I love it. Is the food on Sports Talk quite like that? Is how it happens?
We don't have food for thought.
Oh.
Well, that's true.
Well, what's in there? There's a spaghetti. Oh! Wow. I think I might dip into a little of that. Well, we can plate so we can kind of mix and match there. Mm-hmm. Wow. So this show today gives new meaning to the word public. I'll tell you that. This is incredible. Well, Bob Mayer better be here real soon. Okay, in fact, Bob, I think he would just come up to the top of the table and eat right out of the container. You know what I mean? Now, big word guy. Okay, I love those news and. It's 11:30. WIOD. It's the bird's birthday. So I came in to eat and pretend to talk about horse. And actually, I got to be honest with you. They have said little about you know who, and I'm. Are you waiting till it gets that time?
What time?
You get that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Kind of like. I was reading a story about Ivana Trump. What the law on the Trumps.
Boy, you're obsessed.
You know, I was just reading a story in one of those magazines about when. Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Not compliment each other, was it?
No. I'd been looking for a story on her.
How the people would get when she was coming into the Trump.
Listen, when I heard that the guy bought 100,000 tickets in the Pennsylvania lottery.
Amazing?
No. $1,000 tickets in a lottery. Win, of course. But can you imagine if he would have... What a slap. There would have been all those poor schleppers up there.
The lottery bought 100,000 tickets?
Yeah. Well, I read the statistic the other day, Hank. I don't know, but there was a guy on Letterman who was into numeral, and he said you have a 2,000 more chance in an automobile accident than you have of winning a lottery.
Well, I'll tell you, our schools are pretty damn good because the country's going to wind up broke one day with these lotteries.
Wow. Those are fighting words on WIOD. Roger may come back to rebut that.
Boy, it is a good...
Well, place the emphasis on the butt part. Well, I don't know what it is. Roger's got... For Rebecca Paul, I think is what it's all about. Anyway, it's 11:32. They just keep digging in there because I have a lot to do here. We'll beat until 2 o'clock, and then Steve's coming along. We have to move on tabloid TV. What makes it sick? Why is it so popular now that insurance is going national? Steve talks with the Britain's news director, Joel Cheatwood.
He must be calling for a job. That's
and inside
news director, boy. You know.
Hey, you got to work for me?
You know, it's one of them. I can do contrived reports for you.
Funny stuff on it. I got it so we could just play music while we're eating.
I thought the station was going music from 2 to 6. I heard that they were going to be
This
instead
man.
of soft.
You must be listening to those new intros.
This
Dire
man.
Straits.
Yeah.
He is vicious, isn't he?
Well, Steve is invited to come in any time, and because the bottom line is you hate him with a passion. I don't understand why. Don't you? Really?
I guess I really don't hate him.
Yes, you do. Cut the crap. That's not what you told me.
Don't respect him, that's all.
You hate him with a passion.
Okay, I keep saying it. I mean,
Does he make you puke?
This is not...
Tell us the truth. Does he make you puke?
Well,
have you noticed how he's starting to
see
like...
him that much.
He's starting to brech almost now that we mentioned after all that food. We just mentioned Steve's name. He's starting to like a dog does. Yeah. Oh, God. Boy, this is really great today, huh? It's incredible. And you know something? We did a great job. What happened to the interns today? Are they not here?
I don't know.
Or do they come in at noon?
I don't know. I have no clue.
If Todd don't come in here today, I'm going to be really depressed.
How many interns do we have here?
I don't know. Couple, several. I don't know. That's their department.
I heard you on another station a couple of weeks ago.
What are you talking about?
You heard that when he was on with Cox?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went on with Cox. Yeah, you heard me? You listened to Power 96?
Yeah, it was in the afternoon, wasn't
it? Yeah. Oh,
wow.
Boy, this
just to
man.
show you I am not a hypocrite, okay?
What a shot.
Yeah, I went over, we went up to see Bubbles up at Crazy Jim's.
Yeah, what time is Cox on?
2 to 6.
Okay, I heard it.
And I went over and picked up
along with legions of others.
I went up and picked up a slightly, someone who would, well, Johnny wanted to go, and I forgot. So I picked up the next most perverted friend I know, and he works over at Power, in the behind the scenes, and we had a great time. And Cox brought me in on the show. I said, "Well, God, Don, you're on our show every day. Shouldn't I drop in for a minute?"
Sure, why not?
But we had a good time. That was a lot of fun.
He and I used to go to the same hairdresser.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Boy, those were the days.
Oh, you didn't always have hair? What a question.
You believe
Were
it?
you always bald? That's got to be one of the great questions
There's
in
Bubbles.
history.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this?
Bubbles. She was a exotic dancer up at Crazy Jim's in Hallandale.
Let's see.
And Rosenberg doesn't know this place. Well, the rumor is Rosenberg has been known to,
Sonny Rosenberg?
Frequent.
My pal?
Yeah, frequent
Where's
this
Crazy
place.
Jim's?
It's on Hallandale Beach Boulevard, almost to 441.
I see.
And we had a great time. We did. We had a real good night. We had a lot of fun up there with those people.
I guess you did.
They're all Neelys in that place. Isn't that interesting?
But
And
she didn't write to Neil. She wrote to Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the wonderful summer.
Gave us a free tabletop. And,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was punk rock night.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
You ever see the boxing? You ever go to boxing?
Huh?
Yeah, I went to, once went to Treasure Island when they had boxing. I thought it was a sporting event. Didn't, what did I know?
What is he talking about?
I don't want to know.
Is this something I got to
Women's
dump?
boxing. Very intensive.
It's like mud wrestling,
No,
kind of?
nothing like it.
No.
No, they get in there and they use the gloves that they're hitting
It's like
with.
cat fights.
I could take a shot from Mike Tyson with the gloves they use. But
Yeah.
still, they
do
play
some of
all
those
each other.
Madonna poses in there, too.
Yeah. Well, I like cat
crotch
fighting.
grabbing.
I enjoy that.
Roping.
610 South Florida Weekend.
You'll hear only the best this weekend, including the best of Steve Kane tomorrow afternoon. Now, more of the best of Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Not every day is your birthday, But anyway, if you could have seen what was going on here, April came to the door and cracked the door open and said, "Happy birthday."
Isn't it almost time for Paul Harvey?
Isn't it something the way he tried to
I
lure
did
her
everything
in
I
here?
could to get her in here, but she will not come in here. Do you notice?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she finally wised up. Plus, she's got to have time for those black and blue welts to heal, that she raised all over her body.
Yeah, what is this?
Shocking.
I lose it when I see her. I lose it, Hank. I can't control
Out of
myself.
control.
Yeah,
Out of control.
She's so beautiful. I can't help it. You know.
So anyway, Fat Rich, it took a lot of prodding to get him to do it, but he's digging into that birthday cake now. Time for a little dessert. Boy, I am so full. How do we do another 2 hours? I'm ready for a nap, aren't you? Boy. Now, these tiny little pieces you're cutting, what the hell is that all about?
Where did you learn to cut cake?
Boy. Well, we got lots of knives. We got tons of utensils here. Don't start with a big... Don't start hocking a Chinik with a bunch of excuses now. Let's dig right into that thing, okay? We want to show him how much we appreciate his birthday. That's it.
Oh, look at this, John. Somebody sent me. You can buy stocks from Smith Barney in Bird Incorporated. Bird Incorporated.
What kind of cake is this? What is in it?
Common stock.
It's what? Chocolate cheesecake?
Where did that come from?
This is the one cake.
Oh.
Ah, it's rich, creamy, fattening.
That's very funny.
So anyway, Dave Johnson's going to be calling pretty soon. Too bad we won't be here to take the call.
Is that today? Is that today?
Yeah. Well, they're having the draw.
Award.
They're having the draw at Pimlico.
Today.
They're having it, not like the lottery.
Somebody sent me a birthday.
No, they won't do it again 20 minutes later if you don't like your post position.
No.
Whatever comes up, that's it.
Oh.
Scam. Am I allowed to say that?
Oh.
I was in a newsstand this
Right,
morning.
Hank Goldberg, WIOD, Miami.
I was at the newsstand this morning and trying to buy newspapers, which has really become a tough proposition these days. I mean, you can't even buy a racing form and get out of there in quick time because all these degenerate lottery players are in there.
Yeah.
And there was a lady getting paid off $25. And, of course, she was a little elderly, so it took her about 45 minutes to sign her name on the back of the ticket. And I just want to get out of there. She took the $25 and bought more lottery tickets.
Oh. Wow.
Sick people.
They all
Real
do that.
sick.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? It's like they keep turning it over, and it's a law of diminishing return. Like they start out with 100, then it turns into 70, and then the next week it's down to 35, and then they just keep turning it over until they're down to 0.
By the way, when I went in there the other day, the line was like around the corner because they had the $20 million jack. I offered to book all their action, but they didn't want to hear that either. And wouldn't that be a great thing to do, to book the lottery action?
Yeah. That would be kind of like my booking your bet on Charlie Hussey today.
Or booking, you were going to say Easy Goer, weren't you?
No, I'm not that much.
You don't want to book that one,
Not that crazy. Anyway, it's 11:57 already at WIOD. Time is just drifting by aimlessly into another Twilight Zone. And
This is great. I came here prepared to talk about nothing, and so far I'm not disappointed.
Exactly. Well, they don't want to hear about sports. They get enough of that crap on this station, man.
Oh,
It's
I don't
just
want to
endless.
talk about it. I don't like talking about
Endless.
sports all
I
the
know. I've
time.
noticed that. I've heard that show.
I know. I try to take it in other areas once in a while. Like
Do you?
last night, talked about Madonna grabbing her crotch.
Good.
Now, that's good. You guys could get some bigger numbers if you do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, see, by the time the slop over reaches up, you know,
Man.
I mean, it can only get taken down so far. You know?
I like this guy. Boy, you talk about vicious. Woo.
I'm not vicious. I've been to Beltsville.
Oh.
You know how these things work.
Oh.
Rich and I are just in a different world here. We
You
just had
are.
our cheesecake. There you go,
Thank you
Hank.
very
Have
much.
4 or 5 pieces of cake.
Oh, my goodness.
We got plenty more of the Italian food from Pizza Law, by the way. There's spaghetti and there's... we got to save some of that for Cheryl, so we better not shop around for eaters, huh?
Oh.
She'll be fetching if we don't have anything left with you. By the time she gets here, it's going to be like mung anyway, isn't it?
I know.
Boy, save me some of that.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Maybe if you came on the same day that the food comes in, it might taste a little better, okay?
Boy.
Now, I'll show you what a ravenous bunch we got in this building. This happened about 2-3 months ago. He brought in a sandwich and put it in the bag in the refrigerator downstairs when he came in the morning. Came lunchtime, he goes down there. Somebody in this building had stolen and eaten his sandwich.
I have a question. Who was the guy who used to follow you at Zeta?
Gonzer.
Oh, Gonzermacher? Yeah, Jeff Gonzer.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He's still there.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
A miracle.
What number did he used to get when you were over there?
Same.
Ones.
In the ones.
And now that we're gone, he's still getting ones.
Yeah.
He didn't benefit?
He's a hallmark of consistency.
Could not hold any of the audience, but
none,
they
zero.
loved him, Hank. They are obsessed with this man. This is the man that is going to bring them out of it. This is the man that's going to turn them
He was
around.
in a movie.
Yeah, FM.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
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 You're listening to him on the radio.
Yeah. But they love him. He's their salvation. They just obsessed. Still, I guess. You know,
Now, do we have to hear the Gonzer story again?
Well, Hank didn't hear it. They didn't like. Sufficient to say they didn't like us.
Unfortunately, we're out of time for this hour. I think just in the
I'll pay
nick
you
of
during the
time.
break.
April's got that stimulating erotic noon WIOD news, which will give us time to digest and take a little kaopectate, and then we'll come back at 12:05. We'll get into the really heavy-duty stuff as Hank begins a verbal assault on Steve, the likes of which no one has ever heard in their lives.
Not me. I didn't come to discuss that.
And then Steve will be along at 2 to kind of fight back. He may actually dump his guest by the time he has to show up today.
Oh, the white folks hate the black folks, and the black folks hate the white folks. To hate all but the right folks is an old established rule, but during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, Lena Horne and Sheriff Clark are dancing cheek to cheek. It's fun to eulogize the people you despise, as long as you don't let them in your school. Oh, the poor folks hate the rich folks, and the rich folks hate the poor folks. All of my folks hate all of your folks. It's American as apple pie. But during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, New Yorkers love the Puerto Ricans 'cause it's very chic. Step up and shake the hand of someone you can't stand. You can tolerate him if you try. Oh, the Protestants hate the Catholics, and the Catholics hate the Protestants, and the Hindus hate the Muslims, and everybody hates the Jews. But during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, it's national, everyone smile at one another hood week. Be nice to people who are inferior to you. It's only for a week, so have no fear. Be grateful that it doesn't last all year.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Catch Yankees baseball.
We're dying over
Glenn, you
here.
gotta have some.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I've never seen anything like this.
Did I tell you?
Have you
Wow,
met my
wow.
friend Toby?
Yeah, Toby is an old, we go back many, many moons. Toby from the Toast, who obviously brought by ribs and little pork sandwiches.
Here's the sauce.
Even kosher pork
Cheryl,
sandwich. I
you
noticed they got a
gotta
syrup
have
like you on the
some
bottom.
Okay.
Wow, this is shocking,
Joe,
isn't it?
have some ribs, okay?
And Zagaki's in here eating his, he wants his own birthday cake,
And
okay?
he's
So
got
he's
it.
eating the whole thing.
See you, Toby.
Thanks a lot, Toby. This is incredible.
I've never seen anything like this in my
Wow.
life. In all my 41 years.
Well, they don't do this on Sports Talk, I'll say that.
These are the greatest ribs.
And that's
you
right in
will
the middle
ever-
of dinner time.
Yeah, your
Greatest
birthday
ribs
last
you'll
week
ever
Oh, I
wasn't
could
like
give me a
this?
chance to digest a little of the cake, and then I'll go into the rib. You don't eat ribs and cake at the same time. Are you
Oh,
crazy?
Maybe you don't.
Rich didn't seem
Maniac.
to have any problem.
Now, Rich is like, he's just shoveling it down. If Linda's listening, by the way, from Nutrisystem on the way in, please hurry up and get here quickly, okay? We need to save this man.
Would you
Should I
take
repeat
about
what I said to you during the break?
couple
About
dozen
what?
pounds
Doing this radio
downstairs?
show is like being at the starting gate at Hialeah. You got
Yeah,
an ambulance.
an ambulance. I like that line. It was great. We got paramedics standing by at all times now during lunchtime at the Moldies, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you Ricky Ticky never had a lunchtime at the Moldies quite like this. Do you think so? Wow.
Well, they don't
That's
serve. They
right.
don't deliver sauerbraten. That's why.
Good.
Oh.
heavens. This man.
Do you hear what he just said?
Yes, I did.
Boy. Don't you think that calls for a little equal time if I could find it?
Ricky Ticky? You mean from Ricky Ticky, our pal, our buddy, who doesn't do talk-ups anymore?
It's a lie. I am not a Nazi.
Okay.
Yeah, that Ricky Ticky.
Well, anyway, it's 7 past noon at WIOD. Those of you, now, I realize it's your birthday, but try to
Sorry.
control yourself, okay?
Oh, what? Well,
This
look
is
at
the
this.
same guy who the other day was fetching. Oh, did you hear all them making that noise in here while we're trying to do
I'll
a
tell you
show?
something, this is so great. I'm even willing to make up with Steve.
Oh, my
wow.
God. Now, this
Does that give you an
overshadows-
idea of how good it was?
Nah, it's not that good.
Oh. False
Nothing's
alarm.
that good.
False alarm, okay?
How about you, Joe?
I'm puking over here.
This is incredible, isn't it?
That really frosts my ass a little bit.
I haven't
Okay.
heard that for a while.
Yeah, I thought I'd just start playing some inane stuff, okay? Anyway, we're just to have a little leftovers now. Then we're going to start with round 2 of the eating game. We're going to go into the ribs.
Ribs.
I can't believe Fat Rich. I mean, I've seen him eat. No, seriously.
Did you ever eat ribs like that?
I have never seen anything like it. When I just suggested a cake, he dug into that cake, started opening it with his hands. Do you remember the scene in Fatso?
Yes.
Where Dom DeLuise eats the oni. She says, "You ate the oni." And so she puts the cake in a sink. He says, "What are you going to do with that?" And she starts poking her hands into it. That's what he was doing with this one. He was ripping it apart with his hands. Now he's into the ribs, like knee-deep in rib bones over here. I have never seen anything like it. See, we took care of you, Cheryl, finally, okay? Wow. Boy.
These are so good.
Oh, my God. And then there are those little pork sandwiches.
Yeah, you want one?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm still working on the cake, okay? Boy, he's been hanging around the Goyim here too long already. He eats like one now. Just relax.
Have you noticed someone conspicuous by his absence? Have you noticed, Hank?
Todd from the newsroom.
No.
Well, that's who I noticed.
Wasn't who I was thinking of.
Who?
Boy Gary. Have you noticed?
Yeah, we can't get him to eat in here yet, okay?
His office shivering.
Yeah.
He's writing a new memo. He's writing a new memo.
Have you noticed?
But we finally broke him down on a memo.
Does he usually come in for lunch?
No, he doesn't come in at all. We suggested it the other day. He was in with Nick, and he pretended he didn't hear what we said.
He ran.
He doesn't want to dignify us by coming in and eating, because then he'll feel like he's a part of the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Oh, the memo.
The memo, of course.
I
still have the memo in my little
we've
box.
Eaten every day.
Certainly have been responsive to it.
Yeah.
Every day since the memo, Hank, we've eaten. We were not eating on the air prior to the memo.
Oh, I got it right here now. Now, isn't
We've
this great?
eaten every day since this memo came
What's it
out.
saying?
It says, to AM air staff from Gary Bruce, Ray, bad radio. Thursday, April 20th.
That was on my show.
That was a few days before the book came out, by the way. You don't have an 8 share either. It says there can be no entertainment value and no listener interest in hearing a program host eat on the air. Okay. It says it's just plain bad radio. Our policy will now be, this is April 20th, eating on mic will not be allowed.
I'll try to remember that.
Okay. After that, it says, we will not pitch for a free food delivery on the air.
Or mention the people who deliver it.
We will not mention the name of the restaurant, Toby, or the person who delivers food to the studio on the air from the toast. Then I love this line. Try to eat a meal before you go on the air. Or plan one right after you leave the studio.
You'd have to pay for it.
If you can't plan ahead, ask someone in the station to make a food run for you. Let's get back to the business of radio, it says.
I know somebody make a great food runner. Because we could get free food. He just walks in a place, says, "Hi, I'm Steve Kane. Where's my free food?" And he could feed the entire station.
Wow.
But I'm not getting into that today.
No, I bet you won't. He'll be in here pretty soon.
Can't wait.
And here's about, now look, we got ribs, and Nick came running in here. Trying to perpetuate that age-old stereotype. I can't believe it. Shocking. Look at that. Laura's running the board now. Talk about out of control. Laura's running the board. This place has gone nuts.
What a day.
Oh, my God.
Let's see. It started with the Royal Castle burgers.
Yep.
Remember?
Then we worked into the pizza loft
like
with
following
pizza
the
and
wax paper trail
triple
through the
cheese
broadcast.
pizza and the pasta. And then after a little, what do they call this stuff? They give you the sherbet that the French give you in a French restaurant to clean your palate in between. Well, we didn't have any sherbet, so we had some heavy cheesecake in between courses to kind of cleanse our palates and get the taste of the other stuff out. And now, something light like that sherbet. We had 3 pieces of cheesecake to cleanse the palate.
By the way, how are the phones today?
I don't have paid any attention. Let's see, is there somebody still on? Hello? Okay. Even the callers are drepsing now. How do you like that?
The words right out of my mouth.
Wow. What happened to this? Oh, there it is. That cart's doing strange things, boy. It's going nuts.
Now, Hank, when you picked Thursday to come on this show, now what was your criterion? You know, what were you thinking of when you thought Thursday?
It was the only morning I could get off.
Oh, how about that?
Wow. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I got the wrong card.
I didn't know it was your birthday.
Well, there are no coincidences. I've always preached that.
Okay. It's 12:13 at WIOD. Let's do Sports Channel of Florida because let's see, the Canadians won last night, right? 4-2. They won the second game of the Stanley Cup Finals.
You like hockey?
The draw for the Preakness Saturday. Well, why did they do it this way? Why don't they just, make a list? Would that be too easy? Sunday Silence will start from the 8 post In the Preakness, 9 horses in the field. Hawkster drew the rail, followed by Easy Goer, who's going to be number 2, and then followed by Pulverizing is the 3-horse. Number 4, Awe-Inspiring, who's going to run again. If it turns up muddy, which I guess it won't, but if it did, they would scratch Easy Goer and let Awe-Inspiring run alone. Number 5 is Rock Point. 6 is Dancel. That's the horse Larry Snyder had right from...
Yeah. He's not supposed to be well either.
Who, Larry Snyder or the horse?
The horse.
Larry Snyder used to be so great in Detroit for years, you know, and then I saw him in Louisiana or somewhere a couple of weeks ago in a race. He was 100 years old.
He rode in Chicago, too.
Yeah,
didn't
he's a great jockey. Gate 7 is Houston. Number 8 is Sunday Silence. And on the far outside is Steve's horse, who is just in enough position to duck in and to knock the whole field into the rail, Northern Wolf.
You shouldn't even allow that horse in a race.
Not.
There should be some rule.
Not what you call your inspiring spot to be for a horse that has serious problems leaving the gate, okay? With the sharp turns at Pimlico and a mile and a 3/16 race. I just, somehow I can't see it. So, Steve, I hate to break the news to you.
Another assassin.
Is it true that you gave Steve all stiffs? Because I remember in December we were watching the bowl games here.
Vividly.
And we couldn't get Steve to turn off the set.
Oh.
And then he came in, and who the hell did he have? Against Syracuse when they playing LSU, and he had LSU. Wasn't it Syracuse and LSU?
Yeah.
I said, you got to be out of your mind.
Yeah,
he said, Hank gave me that.
He bought that explanation I gave him that Syracuse couldn't play off.
So in other words, what you really did, you stiffed him. You stiffed him. Is that, you want to admit it now?
No,
publicly?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
He just caught me on a bad day.
Now, we haven't seen...
It must have been really a bad day, because everyone he gave him lost.
Yeah.
Everyone. Like a perfect record.
Yeah. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, it is hard to do that. I'm impressed, you know. And we haven't seen Hyde nor Harris, Steve-O, today.
Hyde nor hair? Why, did the show close?
Boy.
Hyde nor hair? Brutal. Show closed?
We got it. The Los Angeles Herald-Examiner is reporting that the L.A. Raiders may be moving back to Oakland.
Yeah. I had that story 2 months ago.
There are rumors that...
Sometimes if you listen to that show, you know, I give you a little...
Rumors are that Foster Hewitt is no longer broadcasting Maple Leaf hockey in Toronto.
Let me tell you what the deal on the Raiders is. I know you'll be interested in
Go
this
ahead.
one.
Don't pay any attention to him. He's eating so much now, he's woozy.
No, they're very close to the deal in Irwindale.
Irwindale?
Finalizing.
Arbandale?
Irwindale.
I have a
right
great,
next to Santa Anita. That's
I have a great Oakland story I could tell, but I won't do it today after all this food. It would be distasteful, wouldn't it?
Boy, do you ever have a great... This
would
be the day. You know, my birthday.
An Oakland story?
Oh,
it's not really an Oakland story, but I was on vacation. This is several years ago.
You went to Oakland?
No, I was going to... I remember where I was. I think I went to Reno. I was out in California, and I went to Reno. So I'm driving back, and my plane was leaving from Frisco, like at 7 in the morning, okay? So naturally, you have to drive through Oakland. Well, I'm driving through Oakland, and I'm on like a bridge or this long thing there, and all of a sudden, nature was calling. I mean, desperate. It was like I had eaten this meal, okay? Several times over.
You're on the Oakland Alameda Bridge.
Whatever it was, it is like nowhere to get off, and there's nowhere in sight, and, nowhere to run, as Martha and the Vandellas, and I do mean run. And finally, I see a Denny's, okay? I saw it, and I was never so happy in my life to see a Denny's, okay? Because basically, there's some of these places that are good for one thing.
Oh,
come on in, Andy. Why do you look? He looks like sheepish, like he doesn't come in every day and pig out in here.
Come on,
Just
Andy.
go ahead and quit crapping around. Is Todd not here today?
Todd's off. He'll be back on Monday. Went to Plant City.
Well, you really missed it. Oh, he went to Plant City. Well, they got some haute cuisine over there. So anyway, I see the Denny's, and I park in a lot, and I'm desperate. You have no idea. Like my brains are coming out of my head and other parts of my body. Now, when you see, you've had this before, when you see relief ahead, your body starts getting these mixed signals. Okay, and the body is starting to say, okay, now it's okay to, I'm going to try to be tasteful in a minute, to let go.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I take the first step out of my car, okay, and with every step that I take as I'm walking toward the day, and I'm walking like, you know what I'm saying? And the people are sitting inside, you know how they sit at the window and they look out and they're watching me walk and they're thinking, boy, there's something really, they're laughing. And every step, and so by the time I got inside, thank God there was nobody in there, okay? And naturally, I had to leave an article of clothing behind as a souvenir that I did my best to hide, but it was incredible.
The Dolphins have never won a game against the Raiders when they were in Oakland. They do the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's an omen there somewhere. There's a lesson to be learned. Boy, it was shocking. So anyway, it's 20.
That's a great story.
Oh, yeah. Easy for you to say. 21 past noon. at WIOD. I got to have a nap, man. I got to pass out on the floor. That's a true story. Every step, boy, was like the end of that. I thought, oh, no, this can't be happening to me. But it did. We got somebody else at the door?
April.
Oh, April
Did
wants a
you
little
see the
something.
way he gestured to April just now? Like, you know.
Yeah, like come sit on my lap
Like,
or something
get
like
in
that.
here, woman.
Okay, this ought to be real interesting. Don't let him touch you under any, She's opening the card, looking at this is one of the cards that he's using as a lure, as an excuse. He's leaning over now, his finger is near hers.
Come on. It says keep your hands off April.
Yeah, exactly. At least let her heal up first before you start over again, okay?
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Sure thing, right, Chuck?
That's right. How you doing, Neil?
Like
Four
I
is
said,
here.
It's a sure thing.
Happy birthday, Bird.
Thank you, Chucky.
He's here.
Look at this.
Well,
Joe, have a rib.
you guys are just having a ball over there, aren't you?
Glen, how's the
So to
weather?
speak.
Cliff,
Hello?
get a life.
Oh.
Hello?
I have one suggestion. I wish Cliff would get the weather map off his face, okay? That's my only suggestion.
Cliff, come on, get it together, buddy. Come on, you can do better.
So, Bird, what you doing for your birthday?
This is it.
This is it? You're not going to watch
Joe.
You're not going to watch the 2-hour season finale of L.A. Law?
No, he's watching Knots Landing tonight.
Look at this. Channel 4 brought me some T-shirts.
Wow, look at that. Thank
now,
you.
these are
That's
limited
great.
edition.
Bob Mayer couldn't make it. He's covering a story.
Well, hey, Bird,
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can get to a fax and send you a little something.
All right, Chucky.
You want me
Okay.
to fill in, Joe?
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to use that on the weather. That's never good.
He wanted it.
That's going to get on?
I can do it again.
No, that was good.
That was good. No,
Your
I
life
like,
was perfect.
I like the first reaction. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know that was going to be asking me. I like that. I hope they run that.
They'll run it.
Oh, great.
I
That's
love
a
this.
slow
I can
day.
just listen to you guys on the air.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chucky.
that's the idea, Chucky.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, Neil.
See ya.
Way to go, Cubs.
Okay. Yeah, how about those Cubs, huh?
I can't believe they're going to use
How
that.
about those Cubs? What was I looking for?
Joe, remember the time I ate the ribs on the air? This was on I was doing the 11 o'clock news one night, and they had the Rusty Staub rib eating contest. And some
Whoa.
guy ate 39 ribs in 5 minutes.
Yeah?
And I turned to Brosmer, who was there at the time, and I said, that's nothing. And I had a plate of ribs. And as they rolled the credits, I was eating ribs, throwing bones up in the air. And I got a great letter from a viewer saying, next
Steve.
time, why don't you eat at home?
Yeah, that was Steve who sent that letter.
No, it was written. Handwritten.
Oh, boy. He's got prepared material today, ladies and gentlemen. Look out.
That was not prepared. That was impromptu.
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Boy, these ribs are incredible. Yeah, keep taking pictures of me eating. I'm sure the people at Nutrisystem will be real happy about that. Boy, oh, my good friend. We're going to take the Dion album back, Hambrick, if you don't butch up a little bit, okay? Wow. So anyway, what was this now? Rusty Staub was having dinner with Steve Stone. What was it?
Right. That was it.
And
the Rusty Staub rib eating contest.
Every year at his restaurant in New York, they have a rib
He's
eating
got a
contest
restaurant?
for baseball play. Oh, yeah.
well, he's a gourmet cook,
Yes,
isn't
he is.
And so is Steve Stone, by the
Yeah,
way.
he's
Just
from.
thought I'd mention
He started cooking when he was in Montreal. In fact, I thought that what is it that Fatherly says?
Oh, Jean Provocateur is
I
one of
thought
the.
that was a
yeah.
chef, and
Didn't he used to get called that Le Grand au Jean Provocateur?
that's right, Legrand something.
He is the Le Grand something, no question about that. 12:31 at WIOD. We got to take another call here because we got Joey in Miami. How you doing, Joey?
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
Not much.
Hey, Glenn, happy birthday.
Thanks, Joey.
How's it going?
All right.
When are you getting a job, Joey?
Me, I already got a job.
Is it that, Joey?
No, it's just a little joke, a little shot.
Hey, Joe was stealing your material last night, Neil.
Joe?
Zagacki?
Yeah, he said to Hank last night, he said, don't get surly on us or something like that.
Wow.
That Joe.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Neely, Joey.
We got an argument about Tom Chambers.
Well, that's why he said...
Joe thought that he
not
should
to
get
surly.
consideration for MVP in the NBA.
Exactly.
You got that,
All
Glenn?
these letters.
Yeah.
It's
So how's the food, Neil?
hard for me
Great.
to follow.
Tremendous.
Turned on.
We're just getting into training now. This is just a little warm-up for tomorrow.
Are you? God, you got me hungry when you said my name with the lobsters yesterday.
Good. Well, go out and buy some food, will you, Joey?
Yeah, right. Well, I just want to say happy birthday to Glenn.
By the way,
it,
that
Joey.
horse came in last week. I could have made you a fortune, but
we got to go to the track.
you just won't listen to me.
Well, you got to tell me when you're going again.
Okay.
and then I'll go with you.
All right. Call me next week, Joey.
I will.
Govern yourself accordingly
I'm
now.
trying.
Okay.
Good to hear from you, Joey.
12:32 at WIOD.
Going into overtown and during a disturbance, isn't it?
What is he talking about?
Talking
to Joe, the
TV.
cameraman.
TV stuff.
First, he starts attacking poor Rebecca Paul.
Neil, just to let you know that all the crews, when we're around covering stories, we always have you on in the morning.
Oh, we know that.
Ralph Rennick Jr., not Senior.
Yeah.
Be sure to say that he listens to you all the time, too.
So does Ralph Senior.
Yeah, so does Senior.
And Ned Smith, our other sports guy, thinks that the lightning round is taped.
Mm-hmm.
That Ned.
He does, yeah.
Ned Smith thinks that life is taped, okay?
Hi, this is the real Ralph Rennick. When I drive around South Florida, I always listen to the Nick Ranieri Show on WIOD.
Now you know why he's on Channel 6, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's 12:33 at WIOD. We're going to take a little break here. We're going to take a lot of calls
Why is he on
sports
Channel 6?
for Hank.
Is he hiding out?
Yes. And why do you keep saying that? We got all these good friends at Channel 6, okay?
Yes.
Next thing you know, he's going to be ripping Pizza Loft or something.
No, I won't do that.
Boy. So in other words, if Channel 6 brings food next time, you'll say nice things about him?
No.
Oh. Okay, we'll come right back with Hank the Magician right after this.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio.
It's 12:36 at WIOD. I'm not going to repeat that.
He's
because,
vicious off the
he's
air.
rotten, man. He really
Off
is a
the
rotten
air,
guy.
he
Made
just
some
shuts.
horrendous comment about Bob Mayer being at the annual dwarf toss, and I thought that was the most disgusting.
He did.
I mean, it was true, but it was disgusting.
Goldberg, you're a man.
Wow.
This guy.
I can't even get my copy out. I'm so weak
Wow.
now from the deal. Anyway, we got a little problem in Hialeah today. Phil just called, and he said that the Bell Rose is scratched.
Thank
He
you
said,
for...
scratch the rose.
Thank you for giving
They
me
also
that horse.
scratched the Gadget horse. In the
And
eighth race.
your horse in the 6th or 8th race, the Gadget horse is scratched. You still got the program, or did you eat it?
I don't want to do it.
It's under all those...
So we got to pick another one in the double because we got to get Phil to call in today.
Where's
so how
the-
about in
Where's
the
the
first
program?
race, we're down to a 7-horse field. Well, you can borrow this
It's
one.
under the ZD.
Oh, yeah.
Mountains of food. It's underneath the mountains of food.
Oh, well. I did eat it.
Too bad Stolen Rolls isn't running today. Wouldn't that be a great omen for today? Wow. I think Ms. Panana, with a name like that, how can you go
Vinny
wrong?
Blang's horse, right?
Yeah, with Juan Vives.
Yeah, he
Well,
ran
good
pretty
luck.
good the other day.
Well, there you go. That's our pick in the first race.
Your pick.
Our
No,
pick.
your
Okay.
pick in the first
Well, we
race.
got to give Phil an excuse to call in. He wants to butt in on this. You know,
Good.
Phil.
No, that's fine.
And
Phil,
here,
Phil, it finally
something
happened
else.
to Phil the other day.
What was that?
He called the winner in a dead heat.
Wow.
He said, and it's so-and-so and nose in front.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was the feature on Saturday.
I saw it.
on
I saw the
Sunday.
tape.
Yeah.
It wasn't so-and-so and over because I saw it in
It
the
was a dead
paper and I
game, it
was
was a dead
screaming. I was screaming at the TV, Phil, it's a dead heat.
Yeah. I knew that was going to happen to him one day.
Phil, why did you do that, okay? Your eyes just aren't that good anymore, okay?
Well, he always calls a winner, in a tight race, and that's why most announcers don't do that, because...
Are you ripping Phil?
No, I love Phil, but that's one...
He's ripping Phil.
But that's
No,
one...
he
I have one criticism of him, it's that. Only for his own sake.
Yeah.
It is a good
He doesn't
thing.
always call. He doesn't
If he
do
did
that.
it at Calder,
He
Kenny
doesn't-
No would have him gelded.
He doesn't do it at Calder. He'll say they're heads apart.
No.
Yes, he does. He doesn't.
Sorry.
Well, when he
You're
calls
absolutely wrong. How many races do you think I've heard him call at Calder?
Many.
Well, you're
But
busy
he
working,
does
making
that.
a living.
No, I listen to it. And I think it all the time. Every time he does it, I say, Phil, don't do that.
He doesn't do it every race, though. Phil, you're going to have to call in to defend yourself.
Defend himself,
In
yeah.
addition
Good.
to give us the first race call, okay?
Phil knows I like him.
He's great. Since he got away from Larry King, his whole life has turned around. 21... I don't know what you're laughing about. Well, I remember those days. One time I was on Larry King's show. I don't know. I used to work at KAT, and he used to have me as a guest on his show, which tells me how much KAT was competing with anybody else. Like, not at all. And I was on one night. He used to have this core of gambling degenerates, a guy named Sig Shy. Is he still living?
He passed away last year.
He did. I understand, but just the way you said it, like with a smirk, like if too bad he couldn't be here to bet the Preakness or something.
Well, they could use the handle of Hialeah.
That's true. Oh, here we go. Here's the thing from the Preakness. I bet you Dave Johnson sent this.
And every day they pray for reincarnation out there.
And who else used? And Phil was one of those people. Phil used to hang out
the
on
resident
the show.
handicapper,
Yeah.
remember?
And, boy, those were bad days. I guarantee you he's glad they're gone now.
Somebody faxes a cartoon that will... Just look at that.
Okay, the second race I like quickest of the sea.
And you see who's...
Oh, so we can't both halves of the double today. That'll kill some good time. That'll put Phil to work. And if it's real tight, Phil, just say, well, good luck to you. Of course, he recreates, so the race is already over, so he knows who wins it for us.
Yeah, and by the way, if you have a loser, just call 976 Kane.
This man. Wild man.
Okay, here the morning line. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's go down the list again. Hawkster with...
Isn't that funny?
Now, let's get serious. We got some heavy...
Somebody faxed us a cartoon that's just hilarious.
It's cute.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for faxing the birthday greetings. That's nice.
Okay, we got the morning line odds also. We got the whole thing here, okay?
Okay.
Hawkster on the rail with Marco Castaneda, 20-1.
I don't like him at all.
Easy Goer with Pat Day, 8-5.
8-5.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's going to be 3-5?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Pulverizing with Stacy, 50-1.
Wow.
Awe-inspiring with Pat Day, who's riding in a Roman chariot. Why did they put him down for both horses in the entry? I mean, don't we have anybody who will take that horse?
Yeah, he doesn't ride awe-inspiring anyway.
Perret?
Romero?
No.
Was
Perret.
Romero? Or maybe it was Perret.
Perret.
That's right, Perret, right.
What do you know about horses, Hank? Anyway...
Those were jockeys we were talking about.
6-1 on awe-inspiring. Well, how...
See, they run under separate betting interests up there.
Oh, yeah, in Maryland, it's not the same rule as it is in New York, so they're not
What
an
do you know
entry.
about racing?
Nothing. In Maryland, that's heavy-duty racing, boy.
Yeah.
I bet you Ronnie Franklin's still riding there.
Ronnie Franklin.
Do you know that Buddy Delp had a safety pin in his brain before the Belmont? That was why. That was what happened.
Yeah. Everybody
Ronnie
knew.
Franklin,
Everybody knew, and Delp still stayed with that kid.
Everybody knew what?
That the kid was a problem. He couldn't ride.
Well, no, yeah, he thought they were going 6 furlongs. Okay, the horse had the Triple Crown wrapped up, and what he wanted to do was obvious to me. He wanted to outdo Secretariat's performance in the Belmont and go off and win a smashing. So he pushed the horse like crazy for 3 quarters, and then here comes Ruben Hernandez with what was the horse that beat him in the Belmont? Oh, come on!
What do
now.
I know
This
about
is,
horse racing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The horse that beat Spectacular Bid began with an S. Ruben Hernandez.
I can't remember.
With a yellow cap, with a yellow, oh my God, just like it was yesterday. He came through on the inside, he came through on the rails,
No, I remember the race.
Drifted wide, and he beat him.
I think I had the winner.
Of course. Number 5, Rock Point with Chris Antley, 12-1 in the morning line. I'd bet on that if Antley would get off the horse and just run around the track because he's hot. Dancel with Larry Snyder, 15-1. Houston with Angel Cordero, pardon me for knocking you down, at 10-1 in the morning line. Sunday Silence is the 8-horse with Pat Valenzuela, 7-5.
You know, I can't believe
Did you hear that?
Houston back again. Yeah, he's favored. Sunday Silence.
7-5. And Northern Wolf with Ladner.
See, that's why I don't think you'll see
30-1.
I don't think you'll see the other horse go 3-5 because Sunday Silence is going to get a lot of money too.
Well, yeah, now that it's not an entry. If it was an entry,
Houston.
it'd be 3-5. If Awe-Inspiring was an entry.
No, I'm talking about.
I understand what you're
Sunday
saying, but
Silence gets a lot of money. So it'd be very hard to have a 3-5,
Are you following
two
what he's
3-5s
talking about?
in a race.
Ruben Hernandez and oh, now that's embarrassing.
I can't believe they're running.
I had to
Houston
call in
back
on
this
Sports
race.
Talk 2 nights ago to tell Sonny that it was Wade Hoyt used to do the Reds games.
Yeah, I knew that. I was waiting for you to call.
Oh, God. Somebody call in and tell us the horse that beat Spectacular Bid in the Belmont.
Can't get through all
with
the lines.
Ruben Hernandez.
All the lines are tied.
Well, I'll call on the bat line. Phil will call in immediately. He's not doing anything up there. He's got his bet in.
Yeah, that's right. They have that information there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
All he's got to do is ask Dirk Ackerman. Dirk has got a couple of minutes before he has to start calling the bookies for everybody in the press box. What the hell was the name of that horse? My God, it was a...
Started with an S?
With an S. Trust me.
I don't know.
Well, see,
right
when you
now
got
my brain is mush.
I understand from all the food. It's kind of the little game we played with you. Steve said, fill him up real good. And by the time I get there, he'll have no resistance at all.
This is true.
Coastal.
That starts with
That's
an
right.
S.
Well, so there's an S in it, okay? Coastal with Ruben Hernandez. It just hit me like a bullet.
So Woody Stevens?
No. Coastal was not Woody Stevens. Coastal was, well, it may have been. Who cares who the trainer was? Has that got anything to do with Ronnie Franklin riding the horse like a maniac?
No.
And then he comes
Sure
up with
Coastal?
this. It was Coastal with Ruben Hernandez. I'll bet you a lot on that.
No, I'm not betting. I don't know.
I'll bet you a
remember.
big bucks on that one. Coastal.
No. I
Just like it was
bet
yesterday.
on what's going to be.
Well,
than
when
what's
Phil
been.
calls in, he'll straighten this all out for you, and then he'll recreate the 79 Belmont, only this time it'll be a dead heat.
Phil will be calling Spectacular to bid the winner.
Is he brutal or what? He's not. Even when he eats, he's still brutal.
Unbelievable.
There's no way to get... Now, see, this is going to make me look really good by comparison. I'm
Yeah.
off the hook for months now.
Yeah.
Especially after those hellacious comments about Sally Fitz. Anyway...
Wasn't that you?
No, I don't think that was
Wasn't
me.
that you that said
no,
that?
I was on Rebecca Paul, so to speak.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Hank said before about gambling. He said, I put everything I had on Rebecca Paul.
No,
Anyway.
I said on her chin.
No, don't start again, please. Please. She promised Ranieri that he could win the lottery one week if we just keep talking about it. Oh, look what Laura did, okay? She put little... I can't pull my copy out of here anymore because she put those little rings in a binder so I can't rip it out. Boy, she's something. No wonder she's running the board. Anyway, Char Hut. I mean, far be it from us to talk about food right now. Is that Phil by any chance on the bat line? It is.
Yeah.
Okay, before I do Char Hut, Phil, of course...
Hi, you put me on the air. I was just going to give you the information. 1980, I did.
Coastal.
Coastal won it with Ruben Hernandez. Golden Act was second.
And, yeah.
Spectacular Bid finished third that year.
Right, now, who was the trainer on Coastal?
Jerkins.
Jerkins.
Okay.
I mean, that's off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
not Woody
Alan
Stevens.
Jerkins.
Boy, Hank really struck out on this one. Did you hear the way he ripped you?
Well, listen to me. I love Hank, and I know that he isn't. If he's making a comment that's not vindictively,
Phil, it was vicious. It was the most. He had fire in his eyes when he said it.
Listen, there's nothing Henry could say. Years ago, he ripped me. I really believed him. Now,
But yeah, but
no
you deserved.
When did I ever rip you?
You deserved it then, Phil.
When I was the resident handicap,
Yeah.
I deserved to be ripped.
That's
You did
right.
a good job.
I never ripped you.
Well, anyhow, what I wanted to say was that yes, Henry, it is true that I did blow a dead heat by calling a horse that I could have
But
sworn.
don't worry, Phil. They'll never remember you like Chick Anderson.
Okay, and Dirk Ackerman just walked in the announcer's booth to tell me that it was Frank Whiteley that trained Coastal, and not Jerkins.
See, we're not all perfect.
Well, we know who's got the real information up there, okay?
And you're both right about me calling finishes. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah, it's like us cashing.
Let
Sometimes
me ask
we
you
do.
something. Will you do it again?
Not soon.
Every
Not
time
soon.
I do a screw up like this last one, I say never again.
What do you mean? I never heard you screw up. It was the first time I ever heard you do that.
You mean call the wrong horse?
You never heard
Yeah.
him screw up on that. You never heard him call the wrong horse on the lead?
Let me tell you something.
When he first started, Phil used to call the wrong.
Well, when he first started,
yeah.
that's a little. Yeah, but Ross Morton's been in the business for 30-something years.
Let's
and,
talk about real
something.
announcers.
He's
Do we have
calling
to talk
old
about
races
Ross
at
Morton?
Finger Lakes at Gulfstream.
I've been up there watching, okay? He's calling Nashua running up at Finger Lakes.
I like some of the things that who was it says and he's going wide along the hedge. I like that one.
Well, Bob Savage at one time, one of his very famous calls was circling the field on the inside.
Yeah.
That was one of his very famous calls. But, I mean, I love Bob.
I do, too. Bob's a great guy, but he had some... Skimming the rail, that was my favorite. Skimming the rail.
Yes,
and one time, you remember Cherry Pop?
Oh, of course.
One time I plunged my brains out, and luckily he won the race, and he's calling him Cherry Cat all the way through the race. Here comes Cherry Cat in front. And it was Cherry Pop, but it was close.
Well, Bob tells a story about himself that, I mean, this is not telling tales out of school, because this is Bob's story. He had his program turned to the wrong race and called the entire field by the wrong name.
That's
and
very
he
funny.
came back the next race and called the same horses again.
Can I tell you something? Jack Riggs in Detroit. This is a true story. I once went to Hazel Park one night for the fifth race.
Yeah.
And I had it timed out on my watch what time the fifth would go off. And I run to the track, and I look, and it was the 5-horse, I'll never forget, with Wally McElmurray driving. And I look out on the track, the horses, the post parade just came out. Sure enough, there's Wally with the 5-horse, and I figure this is the 5th race, okay? The race goes off. I plunge my brains out on him. That's the 4th race. He wins.
Great.
The next night I go back, this is the most incredible coincidence. Next night I go back, Jack Riggs has done just what Savage did. He's in the wrong race. He calls half the race. That's the Joker in front. I remember the horse's name was the Joker, and he's calling her. All of a sudden he stops for just a second and picks it up just like with the right names, okay? The next race goes off, and wouldn't you know, just like he was reading from a script, They come to the half. That's the Joker in front. It was just exactly the way he had called the previous race.
There are some great race calling stories that every race caller can tell you.
Yeah, well, you'll never be one of them, Phil, but that's okay.
Unfortunately, I never will. But
Hey, Phil, did I rip you now? Tell me the truth.
Yes, he did, Phil. His eyes were a ball of fire when he said it.
I just said I worry for you when you do things.
And you know what he was upset about is because he tore his tickets in half when you called the one horse the winner. He tried to give me that story, but the problem was it was an entry. Wasn't it? It was an entry.
I don't remember if it was.
Wasn't
Oh,
it?
yes,
it was. I saw it.
It was 1A.
It was the 1A, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the horse that was second was not the other half of the entry.
No, the other half of the entry was scratched. There was only one horse in the entry.
I saw it, Phil. I hate to admit it, but I did see it.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people after the race were over saw the replay and would have sworn again that the horse they called won.
I would have, too.
Yeah, thank you, Henry.
I know the way they paint that finish line crooked. You know what I mean?
Oh, don't listen.
Well, you know what happened? They
They
sent all this food up to the placing judges that day, and they were cross-eyed.
It's the same stewards who were watching Gonzalez almost go over the rail the previous day. By the way, the horse that I was trying to think of the other day was Primal. With the Bracken's horse that Mike rode in I think he was second in the Ohio Derby, and then the horse stumbled and he fell.
Right.
That was the horse.
Yeah.
See, I'm giving you all this trivia. You can mention it between races up there, Phil. No problem.
In fact, I've got to get these horses on the track for the first race.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you guys later, and let's go Miss Banana.
Okay.
All right.
And Henry, did you pick another horse for your scratch?
He's got in the second
race, the 4.
Oh, my God, you're going to get a double header for me, too.
Yeah.
The 4 horse.
Okay, good luck.
It's called Minotaurus in the second. Minotaurus in the second.
Chavez in the second.
Okay.
Babe, I'll talk to you a little later.
Say goodbye, Phil.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers.
Fat Rich, Robin, Joey, everybody in the world is out here at Toyota of Hollywood. We're going to be here till 3 this afternoon, and we invite you to come out. Food from DeSalvo's, gift certificates from Charhut, all kinds of goodies, pictures, bumper stickers, and great deals on these super 1989 Toyotas here at Toyota of Hollywood. Let me give you a couple of for instances. A brand new 1989 Corolla, $8,990. The prices are just incredible. An 89 Tercel, $6,790. A brand new, beautiful Camry, only $10,999. And boy, just this price on an MR2, $13,996. An incredible Celica. Look at this price, $10,997 on this great Grand Slam summer price slash. Don't forget also food from DeSalvo's just arriving now. Succulent, mouth-watering, and delicious. Uncle Neil and I are rolling up our sleeves. Best.
610 South Florida Weekend.
Summer weekends mean Yankee baseball. Join us here for the action this season.
This is intensive care.
12:56 at WIOD. We have the IOD ambulance outside with the paramedics standing by. You're right, just like the starting gate. Yeah. And the next race can't begin. It's like when the news finishes, the next hour can't begin unless the ambulance is out here.
So, Neil, let's talk abortion. Been here for 3 hours now. You know, we haven't gotten into anything.
I think the show has been an abortion so far, to be honest with you. Oh, my God.
Roe versus Wade. Come on.
So anyway, we got Ms. Nana, which is by Forever Casting. I love Forever Casting horses. They're just something they do real well here for some reason. Not just at any particular track, but down here. They do. I know you laugh. And Hank, of course, who never fails to cash a ticket, has got Lord of the Sea, or Quickest of the Sea, by Lord of the Sea, with Chavez in a second. And if they finish real tight, Phil's going to say, good luck to you.
Yeah. He learned.
It's too close to call. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because I was walking into the kitchen, which is unusual for me because I don't eat too much, and I was walking into the kitchen just as that race ended, and I had remembered, because I had seen the results, that it was a dead heat. And I heard the tail end, and just at the end he said, it's so-and-so by a nose. And I said to myself, in fact, I was screaming at the set. I said, no, Phil, it's a dead heat. And sure enough, I came in, and then they had the results up.
Could you see? Oh, you knew it was a dead heat without knowing the result?
No, I had already heard the result.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew it was a dead. My eyes are so good on the TV.
Eye.
In fact, yesterday in his race that he had the winner on the... What was the horse with Castillo?
Alias Berman.
Alias Berman. You know, the first time that horse ran...
I can remember him. I can't remember Calder.
Mike Gonzalez gave me that horse the first time it ran for Tomorrow back at Calder last summer. Was it last summer? I think so.
I was there that day.
And the horse paid $8, and he won for a joke, man. He just
the O'Donnells, who were big in dog racing, own that horse.
Really?
Yeah, Barney and Pauline O'Donnell.
I'm going to tell you, man, these Jewish horses down here do great. Olive won about 4 in a row, and Esther won 2 in a row, paid a big price in that second one with Chavez. Esther.
And, of course, Stolen Rolls.
And Stolen Rolls. Well,
Seeking the Gold.
Seeking the Gold.
Wasn't that a Jewish horse?
It was? I don't know. You'd have to ask your friend in the press box who hangs around with all the jewelry around his neck, whose name we don't mention on this show. He's
not Jewish.
I didn't say he was. Oh, he is. No, you're wrong. He is. He is. His ex-wife told me. We don't discuss him on this show. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We try to, disclaim him. He looks
I knew he'd get into abortion.
Doesn't he look Italian? He looks Italian to me, I think. I don't think he's Jewish.
I thought that's what he was.
In fact, somebody went up there to check on it the other day, and they left their Magnavision glasses home, so they couldn't tell for sure. But that's another story. Now, I'm not going to start taking shots. Not me. We got our Glen Hills
deals very out of
here.
Character.
That would be very... Well, listen, you made me seem like a real nice guy here today. We ought to do this more often. He's just so vicious. What he said about Bob Mayer and Sally Fitz...
I didn't say a word about
Sally
Fitz.
Disgusting.
The only time I ever said anything about Sally Fitz
and then
was one night
he was
I came in here
he was
and
singing
I said,
Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys in the background.
I said once that I had a tough time getting into the station trying to step over the corpses of her ex-anchor partners.
What's wrong with that? That's not vicious. That's kind of true, I would say. Anyway, Peter Ford is on the bat line. We'll speak to him from Australia right after the 1 o'clock WIOD news with our own little sex pot, April Wortham, who stood here and rubbed elbows with the birthday boy earlier. It was shocking.
Shocking.
And the big one, 2 hours coming up. And then, of course, Steve this afternoon with the tabloid TV story as Steve joneses to get a job next door at Channel 7.
We are the fantastic Dusky Brothers. Ronald, Clint, and Sylvester. Are you ready, boys?
Yo, absolutely. Yeah.
Ronald, are you ready?
Well, I don't know.
Let's all do the Glen Hill polka. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The bird is back and you're gonna hear him cackle. Hey, love, the bird is back. You read the news, but you can bet it won't be factual. Hey, love, the bird is back. He just flew out of his closet. Hey, love, the bird is. It's on your car. He will leave you his deposit. Hey, love, the bird is back. Yeah, you might say that he's a monk brain, but he ain't never stolen a freight train. Every time he reads the news, he gets himself in trouble. But Neil is always right there, bursting his bubble. Listen and see, the bird is back, and I heard that it's official. Hey, love, the bird is. But next week they're gonna send him to a Santeria ritual. Hey, love, the bird is back.
All right, let's hit it, boys.
I still haven't got it.
Harold says pull-out plans were ordered after new evacuation of the peace agreement suggested it may, rather new evaluations of the peace agreement.
What was it, evacuation or evaluation?
I'm sorry, it's
evacuations of the peace agreement?
And it will feature highlights from 1,000 secret tape recordings. And the CIA would have to assess the Contras, or assist the Contras. Nuevo. 1920s movie star and Kansas graduate Charles Buddy Rogers.
Kansas?
Fort Lauderdale's prestigious and award-winning Mandarin restaurant, Bert and Wong's, where we've secretly replaced their gourmet sweet and sour sauce with new and improved butt-licking duck sauce. Let's listen in. Well, there you have it. There ain't no sauce around. Butt-licking duck sauce. Available now at Piggly Wiggly. I lick the best when you can lick the nest. Butt-licking duck sauce.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Glen Hill, Fat Rich, and a cast of thousands out here at Toyota of Hollywood on an incredible Saturday. And we got free food from DeSalvo's out here, all that delicious pizza and Italian entrees, all kinds of great things. We've got Charhut certificates while they last. And don't forget, several reasons why today is the best day of the year for you to buy one of those beautiful 89 Toyotas. First of all, it's the dog days of summer. The prices are slashed. Secondly, you buy a new car today, any new car, mention WIOD, and it's your choice of the Bentley Super 8 home movie system or the deluxe portable TV. And look at the prices, Neil, on some of these cars. That Toyota Corolla, $8,990. Incredible. The beautiful little Tercel, $6,790. The Camry, $10,999. And if you're into a Celica, only $10,997 on this summer grand special grand slam going on today at Toyota Hollywood. We have security guards who are escorting certain objectionable people off the premises. We have a great time. The crowds are gathering. The food is here. Come on by. Here's Uncle Neil. He'll tell you where to come. Okay, if you're anywhere in the area, we'll be here till 3, so come on out and get here as soon as you can, because the sooner you get here, the more likely there'll be a little bit of food. You can snore a little bit and shop for one of these great Toyotas. We're at Toyota of Hollywood. Easy to get here. We're right on State Road 7. That's 441 between Taft and Sheridan Streets in Hollywood.
News Talk Radio 610 WIOD presents The Best of Rogers, highlights of previously recorded Neil Rogers shows. Because this is a recorded program, our phone lines are not open, so please don't attempt to call. Remember, join Neil Rogers every weekday morning at 10. Now...
Wait, what is that? What are you doing with that?
They're cleaning up so that the next guy who comes in here
isn't embarrassed. But he had to make sure to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on the ribs, just in case his appetite starts acting up again.
You get nice mail.
Wow. Oh, yeah, we get good stuff. It's cute.
Like the last
Don't you
one.
get stuff like that?
I don't get any mail here.
Stuff. You don't get any mail?
No, we only have a 2-8.
Oh. Steve gets a lot of mail.
Yeah.
Where is he, by the way?
He's around.
Phil calls the first. Well, Phil's calling 2 races today. Look at that. We got another restaurant spot coming up in the break. That's good. What is in this? Look at this. You talk about people who are Neelies. That's the graphics they generate on a computer. Boy, these people are just obsessed.
This is amazing.
Looking for persons over the age of 100 for the lightning round. 1:55 p.m. 655 WIOD. This is Palm. They even got the Palm Beach number on here. Look at that.
Some boom boom.
People really go to a lot of trouble.
Shocking. Yeah, they do. And it's too bad it all goes in a wastebasket, but it was beautiful. We were very impressed.
Someone sent me all this upstate New York paraphernalia, and they sent.
You want to throw it out?
No. They sent a bumper sticker for you.
Geneva, New York, Queen City of the Finger Lakes. Okay.
I want to clean up here, so I don't want Mr. Cheatwood to come in here and find a mess, you know.
Oh, yeah, Joel Cheatwood of Channel 7, the news director. Now, is he also going to be the news director of WOLD when they start simulcasting?
I guess he will be. Well,
do you think Steve is going to be able to get that out of him?
Well, I hope so.
I think there's something a little mysterious about Bob Mayer not showing up, like I might have asked him about some things.
No, well, who knows?
Don't you think? He could have come and at least paid us a short visit anyway. It's 107 at WIOD. Well, it's just a little joke, Bob, a little joke.
And
he can relate to
he
it.
blames me.
Now, does he really, on the set, does he really sit on the telephone books when he does his little reports?
No.
Sure.
No, I in fact,
you don't have
when
to be
I do
afraid
the
to
sports, he's on before I am sometimes. It's 3 blankets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Blankets, but aren't they a little soft?
Blankets.
Anyway, it's almost time for Phil Saltzman to be calling back with the recreation of the first race. Now, what have we got?
Is Steve in the building?
I have a feeling probably is just afraid that...
I'll tell you something. One of the great humanitarians and talents I've ever seen.
Now, we only got a 7-horse field because the Belle Rose got the scratch. So don't you think in a 7-horse race we got to be able to pick somebody pretty close? Mizpah Nana. See, I like the days when I pick a horse in the double.
Not necessarily. I picked...
Like the other day, and, well, that was your first mistake. I picked a horse in the double the other day, and Phil called in. He said, I don't want to recreate this for you because I don't want to embarrass you.
Yeah,
See, he is a great guy. In spite of what you said about him.
I like Phil.
He's a great guy. I love him. He's a super guy. He's a Neely to the point where he's obsessed with this show. Obsessed.
That doesn't make him a great guy.
Oh, yes, it does. In my book, it does. Because that's what it's all about. But, no, in fact, he told me a little story the day that I was up there about he begged me not to tell us on the air, but I don't see anything wrong with it. He says he gets up, he's got his alarm set at 10:05, and when the show comes on, he will not move away from the radio until 11 a.m. sharp. At that point, he races to the shower and takes a shower during the 11 o'clock news so he can be back out listening at 11:05.
That's a Neely.
Yeah, is that
I don't think
and
it's
I promised
that
him I wouldn't tell, but I thought there's nothing wrong with that, is it?
It's not that unusual, trust me.
What a butt licker Phil is, huh?
Yeah.
He told you that story?
He's going to give you a tip next time you're up there in the press box, boy, and a horse will be running like 3 weeks later. Like King of Dance. Here comes King of Dance right now, and it was a year and a half ago at Calder that we bet on him. King of Dance. In fact, Calder and I get this, Bill Calder and I, we get this tip on King of Dance in the first race. The horse is a first-time starter, 10-1, as most of them are in the morning line, but it opens like at 20-1, okay? The next flash, 2-1. So, in other words, everybody in the track has been given this horse. The horse, if he ran at all at any point during the race, it was like from here to that wall over there. And then he lost his action, as they say. You know, he finished so far back, like distanced by the field.
And you remember that horse?
King of Dance. I remember horses from the first time I went to the track 30 years ago. The first horse I ever bet on at Hazel Park in 1961 was the 9-horse with Don McElmurray, and it was, the name will come to me in a second.
Well, I remember the first horse I ever bet on.
This was at the
first I won, too.
I did, too. I bet $2 to show, and the horse won the race out of the 9-hole.
First time I went to the racetrack, I hit a $450 daily double. I'd never been on a racetrack in my life. That was my undoing. Yeah.
Boy.
I lost from that race until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Consistently.
And then he started cashing. What the hell was an Eldora Jenko with Don McElmurray driving? It was the 9-horse in the first race at Hazel Park. He was 3-1. I bet him $2 to show. My first experience ever at the track, and he won the race.
See, I've never gotten into trotters or
since that, see, I don't understand that. Alan Finkelsen's always begging for me to bring you up there.
I know. I talked to Alan. I will go up there.
Now, this fall, when they got the Breeders' Crown, you got to go that weekend.
Yeah, I'll go up there. But I've been to the trotters before. I just have never really, I don't know, I just never really liked it that much.
Tremendous. It's fun. It's great.
I've been to Pompano. I've been to races in California.
Now,
to Los Alamitos.
Oh, that's to the quarter horses or trotters? I know they run trotters out there too, but that's a Mickey Mouse track.
They don't run them there anymore.
They run at Hollywood Park. They run.
Yeah, they did. They don't anymore.
Too. They don't.
They moved them down to Los Alamitos.
Wow.
Shocking. She still owns the meeting though, Marge. Whatever.
Oh. What is he talking about?
She's the owner of Hollywood Park.
Well, we're just killing some time till we get the big story on here from our buddy who used to be a nice guy till his show started.
Well, I just want to tell you something.
It's him again?
First of all, this is really a happy birthday for the bird. This is his special day. Number 2, about this call on Miss Banana. Well, I want you to listen very carefully. This horse ran so poorly that I went out and got the trainer to come in here now to talk to you, to give you a reason why she ran so bad that I won't give you the stretch call.
Vinny's there?
Vinny is here right now, and I'm about to put him on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vinny Blangs. Hank is on the air.
Vinny.
Hello.
Hey, Vinny.
How are you?
What happened?
What happened? I'm dumbfounded. I couldn't understand this horseman so bad, the worst race he's ever run. And I'd have to probably just say it was the track condition. She never ran in the mud before.
Wait a minute. Phil didn't tell us it was a muddy track.
Well, that's what it is. The racetrack is muddy.
Oh, well, maybe she had a lot of weight on her, too, because she was carrying Neil and the bird.
Yeah. I know it. You ain't kidding. And me, too.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that really was not her. She's a much better horse than... what happened today.
So it's a playback.
I would have to say so, yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, it was nice talking to you. I hope I gave you a good excuse.
Yeah, it sounded good to
I
us.
got a few more if you want them.
Oh, no, that was good
I
enough.
thought this was excuse number one was good.
That was excellent.
All right.
Thanks, Vinny.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so now
All
we
right,
get it.
Now you see, if I get right to the bottom of it. If this horse doesn't run good, I immediately get the trainer up here to give you an excuse.
You're scraping the bottom of it, all right. There's no question about that.
Well, listen, we're still alive with the second race call here.
Okay.
With Quickest of the Seas. And
Quickest of the Seas.
Wait a second. The track is muddy?
That's one of Vinny's lies. It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, and it's going to be fast very soon.
Wait a second now. I don't see anything in there that's going to benefit by an off track, so I'll stick with the original one.
Now, okay.
All right, well, listen, I think he'll probably run as good as anything else in the race, and you got Chavez going for you.
Wait, so now you're back to being the resident handicapper.
Oh, that's right. Oops, sorry about that. Sometimes
976 Phil.
Hey, Henry, I haven't been listening to everything. Have you told him the story about 976 Phil?
No, you tell it.
Oh, it's something that Eddie Kaplan had come up with one night. A guy got beat a very tough basketball game, and you know, it's one of those things where the guy threw in the ball from 80 feet with 1 second to go, and he lost by a half a point. And came in the next day, and he started to tell the story about this tough luck beat and everything. I said, listen, Eddie says to me, look, if you want to hear stories about that, just call up 976 Phil. And for every bad beat you got, he's got one that is better than the one that just beat you.
Is Walter Blum talking to you yet after what you said about him on Saturday?
Now, wait a second. I even went to Walter and offered him Optifast or whatever Neil said. I've got a
Nutrisystem, you pumpkin. You can't even call it diet.
What is the name of that outfit?
Let me say it again. It's Nutrisystem, Phil.
No, not for me. For Walter's eyes.
Oh.
You had mentioned the sponsor.
Optica USA. Optica USA. There you go.
Neil Rogers thinks you should go visit Optica USA.
Yeah, and so does Mike Gonzalez, tell him. Okay, better luck in a little while, Phil.
Okay, Ben.
Bye. Wow. Yeah, I think it must be Phil Saltzman's birthday. He's on like the whole show today. I think this is incredible.
Gets a lot of airtime.
Yeah, well, the only time he gets airtime is if we make a pick in the first or second race while we're on the air, and then he calls in and recreates it, which it's very hard to blow a recreation.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah. Gussie Moran used to do that.
Did he?
She.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Neil Rogers, along with Steve Kane, the Bird, Fat Rich, Robin, Joey, everybody in the world is out here at Toyota of Hollywood. We're going to be here till 3 this afternoon, and we invite you to come out. Food from DeSalvo's, gift certificates from Charhut, all kinds of goodies, pictures, bumper stickers, and great deals on these super 1989 Toyotas here at Toyota of Hollywood. Let me give you a couple of for instances. A brand new 1989 Corolla, $8,990. The prices are just incredible. An 89 Tercel, $6,790. A brand new, beautiful Camry, only $10,999.
And boy, just this price on an MR2, $13,996. An incredible Celica. Look at this price, $10,997 on this great Grand Slam summer price slash. Don't forget also food from DeSalvo's, just arriving now. Succulent, mouth-watering, and delicious. Uncle Neil and I are rolling up our sleeves.
Best news of the whole deal is we've got all kinds of wonderful security out here. We've had a couple of incidents, or just minor, good-spirited fun. So if you're anywhere in the area, be sure and come on out because it's really some kind of great day out here at Toyota of Hollywood. We'll be here till 3, but of course they'll be here all afternoon. So come on out, take advantage of the sensational deals waiting for you right now at the Southeast's #1 Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood. We're on 441, right between Taft and Sheridan Streets in Hollywood.
610 South Florida weekend. Over here.
Okay, 20 after 1, and boy, that thing sure fits today, man. I got such a cup basic like you wouldn't believe. Oh, man. Wow.
Now let me read part of
Go
this.
ahead. Anything
part
that'll
of
kill
this
some time till Phil calls back.
Thank you. This is facts talking
Welcome
about
to the Phil Saltzman show.
talking about best of, and he says, just think you could do a show of the best of the lightning round, or a compilation of Carolyn from Deerfield's calls, or Donna from Coconut Creek's movie reviews, or Glen's amazing Zeta stories, or 4 hours of you ripping Kane, or Tom Dinnenberg, or Rich Pachter's faxes, or Johnny Dark's Vault of Oldies,
Which
or
is kind of ironic because there's a Rich Pachter fax just underneath it.
Yeah,
that came
or
in
an all-eating show.
Yeah, that would be good. Mm-hmm.
Please consider the ideas. Have Lee Fowler take a poll. On second thought.
21 past 1 at WIOD. Now, we have a little dilemma here because Steve is in the building. Now, is he avoiding you? Because he's been begging me for weeks. Am I invited? I didn't want him to come in real early and have a 4-hour verbal brawl. But now that you've eaten and you're severely debilitated and can barely breathe, I think
I
now...
could go without seeing him. It's okay.
No, I think you ought to come in and have a little, air all these little problems and smooth it over.
I'm doing that, Rich. It's okay.
Kind of smooth it over a little bit, okay?
We have a mic right there. Just an empty mic.
Because it'll kill a lot of time.
What happened to the guy with his dog? Let's bring him back.
Don't say that. He'll show up again. Oh,
yeah, just a joke, sir. Just kidding around.
Oh, that guy. I just can't believe he showed up here again. And then Andy said he was here, or somebody said he was here yesterday.
We got to give him a name, so we can sort of...
Yeah, Chaim Yonkel is his name. Get out of here. Get a life, will you, pal? Go over to WOLD, okay? You can stop it in between the music on Life. You can have your dog do a duet with Ray Conniff over there. They can call it Conniff and Gonniff. So anyway, Fat Rich is out in the hallway there trying to dig up Steve, if you pardon that expression. And let's see, second race will go off about 1:28.
I know they piled it that high.
And in about 15 minutes, Phil will be calling back. Well, we didn't get any call. What we got now, that was the first. We've never had the trainer come out with an alibi before. So that was
Vinny's
possibly...
a good man. Vinny happens to be a terrific trainer.
Yeah, he is. That'd possibly be a little radio first there, trainer's alibi. And we also, I guess tomorrow is the day that Dave Johnson's calling in from
that's
Pimlico.
what you said. You're just anxious. You're just...
Oh, EJ's on the line. What do we do to deserve this?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Boy, it's just like the old Stan show, isn't it?
The old what?
I hope not.
The eternal question has been answered today.
What is that, EJ?
Well, have you ever seen Neil and Hank in the same room?
That's
right. Well, there you go.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Look at this.
Is he there?
He's there. He just walked in. They just shook hands, and there's blood dripping already.
Everybody put your helmets on.
Okay.
This could be a tough one. I want to know a punch by punch.
A blow by blow.
Blow by blow, so to speak.
Okay.
Well, listen, happy birthday, Bird. And Hank, I've heard some stories about you, about Mr. Laughs up in Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah.
Infamous stories about you, buddy.
Probably true.
Most of them I know are true because my girlfriend used to work there.
Who's your girlfriend?
I'm not going to say because there could be some things involved that I really don't want the public to know. Well, thank you very much.
Your girlfriend's name's not Kim, is it?
No, but I know Kim very well. I used to live with Kim.
You did?
I did, and there was some very...
Does she still have the tattoos?
Yes, she does, in various places. I'm
yes.
sure you know about them.
Yeah, I know about the tattoos. I tell you, she's a cutie, though.
She is. She's a very nice girl.
Tell her I said hi when you see her.
You know she had a baby.
No. All right, didn't know she had a baby, and forget about Kim.
Yeah, a little chubby girl.
Kim who?
Yeah.
Little chubby baby.
I don't know any
whose
Kims.
baby it was.
Little chubby baby with wears glasses now too.
Yeah, right. I don't recall that woman.
And it has a little.
I'm sure she has no tattoos at all.
A little sports tattoo on its cheek too.
All right, right.
Like Mark and Brigitte.
Okay, EJ.
Thank you very much. Thank
See ya. Have a nice life. Whatever. 125. Steve is in the room, and interestingly enough, he's eating.
Mm-hmm.
Kim was some piece of work.
A piece of something, anyway. Okay, let me do a break, and then when we come back, we're going to really we're going to clear the air, finally get all of this silliness over with, because, Hank doesn't really hate Steve. He just, well, yeah, just has a thing.
Hate's strong.
Hate is a strong word. Dislike intensely. All right, now, just, Laura, calm down, relax, life will go on. She is so hysterical, man. Since Scott left her, she's never been the same. Okay, so Steve and Hank are here together. They're sitting side by side. They're sharing bones.
You said you're a troublemaker, you know that?
They're sharing bones. Well,
yeah.
I mean, like rib bones. Yes.
So did you hear all the nice things I said about you?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm sorry
you don't
to
listen
say...
to Neil's
he was
show?
listening
no,
to,
I listen to
no,
Neil all
he
the time.
was
I didn't
listening
have a
to
chance
Sandy's
today.
show because he's only going to have one more opportunity, perhaps.
I caught...
Tomorrow. Are they saying
really?
anything?
Well, Inside Story's coming over today. I figure we'll get the inside story.
Yeah,
we figured out what you were doing with that.
Yeah, you're trying to get in over there.
Trolling for a job. We figure you're trolling for a job.
Channel 7, why would I want to do that?
Because it's close.
Yeah, that's one thing. You could go right over there and do Live at 5 during one of your breaks.
I want you to look. I want you to look at these two, okay? I want you to look at these two. Fat Rich and Johnny Dark are sitting here like sitting back in the chairs, like with the look of Bossy the contented cow on their face, looking like Oprah on a bad day. Just digest. If you could see the amount of food that's gone down in this place today, no, you can't imagine. No, you can't imagine.
Killing me here.
No.
It's fabulous.
The Arnold folks with the Royal Castle Burgers came first for a little appetizer, you know, with about 100 of those little cheeseburgers. Then Pizza Law came with pizza with triple cheese and lasagna and spaghetti and baked ziti and garlic rolls. Then, as we were washing it down, we were cleansing our palates with double fudge cheesecake in between courses.
Serious?
And just as we were digging into our double fudge cheesecake, came Toby from the Toast with ribs, as you see there, in pork sandwiches and just all kinds of chazarai. I mean, it's incredible.
Do you remember the days with Nutrisystem where Linda would come down on Thursdays?
Linda did pop in, by the way, and ran out of here screaming.
Well.
Yeah.
I was going to say
She's
that.
awfully thin.
I didn't see her because she left, but she used to wait to talk to you, I guess.
Oh. Well, after
she's
this...
getting too thin.
She looks
no,
like
after
Karen
this, I'm going
Carpenter
back
right
on.
before it's only just, it's only just begun, but it's only about over.
What is that? Oh, that's a little one.
Now, did you
so anyway,
say...
Linda popped her head in the door and said...
Yeah.
And then ran out.
Did you say you called in on Sandy's show today? Is that what you said?
No.
Wouldn't that be great?
I tuned in
I
a
wish her
little bit.
well. Can I have that balloon, by the way?
Yeah, it's helium. Linda brought that from
I love
Nutrisystem.
these.
Birthday balloon.
So what's going on at WNWS? They're throwing in the towel? Is that the deal?
I don't know.
Well, you want the facts or the rumors? I mean,
when the facts ever stand
Anyway,
your way.
I have a little preview of the new format of WNWS. It's all hit radio, ladies and gentlemen. Put up the Montevideo, more Montevideo, more often on WOLD. I-95. Boy, we could give the ball scores 100 times with this, couldn't we? We ought to give Phil Saltzman this. He could call a 6-furlong race in 22 seconds. Hey, hi, everybody.
I love these balloons. They're great.
That is
yeah.
great. Is that the only one we have?
Yeah. Oh, I want to see that. Remember we had a bunch of these? Yeah, it's great with helium because it just makes you sound like you're on.
You know what would really be fun? What would really be fun is to get two of those balloons and give Hank and I each one and let us go around with the balloon.
Yeah, that sounds like a real good idea.
A lot of hot air in those.
Okay, let's speed this up a little bit now.
So you don't like my tip for the Preakness?
No, I really
Northern
don't.
Wolf, who drew the outside, the unenviable 9 post.
Well, 9's not as bad as 16.
In a mile and
or whatever the hell they were.
3/16?
It's not good.
On those tight turns in Pimlico?
I would have rather been in closer, but
as they say in the sausage factory, it's the worst, okay?
Well, he's going to be up there.
I just
from the
think there's
beginning.
Easy Goer and there's Sunday Silence and a bunch of horses.
I think so, too.
Hey, you're dealing with two odds-on favorites.
Well, they deserve it.
And
yeah, they're good horses.
Absolutely, but Northern Wolf will be there. I'm not going to be out of the track. Would you? If I gave you my money, would you take it out and put it?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, Steve, I have an old expression for people who bet on horses like that: is bet with a friend.
Well, you saying you'd like to book my bet?
I'll book it.
On Northern Wolf?
Yeah.
The horse is 30 to 1 in the morning line. If he bets like $50.
How much is he bet?
It's just this last little bit here in the balloon. It's too
It's
bad.
an illegal thing we're doing here, but that's okay.
It's a friendly bet.
How much is it? Let's see how much he's plunging here.
You're dropping bills.
He dropped two Kevin Elster cards on the floor and a Will Clark. I can't believe it. Boy, don't leave that Will
Why
Clark
do you need
behind.
credit cards, Steve? You eat everywhere for nothing.
Oh, that's trade. You know about trade. Here we go. 50 win, 50 place. 50 win,
50 place. Look at this.
And
Wow.
you're booking it.
Wait a minute.
I'm looking at it. It's
I
going
see
right in my pocket.
$50.
No, there's 100 here.
Oh, there's another 50. 50 and 50. Well, the horse is 30 to 1 in the morning line. Assume it doesn't go up, which I'm sure it will.
They'll go up 50 to 1.
No, but 60 to win and say 30.
As a friend,
$20
as
to
a
place.
Doing a lot of floors.
As a friend,
50
I would
times 60
suggest,
would be
put it through the mutuals, because I really wouldn't, it would pain me to take your money, but
That
put
would
it
be
through
like
the mutuals.
20
It wouldn't pain you in the slightest.
$2,200 bucks.
You have me figured wrong.
If the horse won, it would be like at least $2,200.
Well, it's
Got to live on the edge.
No, wait a minute. It's not going to go off at 30 to 1. It's going to go off at less.
Wrong. You're
well, let's
bet on that.
Okay.
That horse will go off more than 30 to 1.
I'll put another 20 saying...
Hialeah odds or Pimlico odds?
Hialeah odds, because
well, I was
it's
thinking
a moot
Pimlico
point.
odds, but I suppose we could, do
the
20 on
Pimlico
each.
odds are a moot point. They have nothing to do with what's going on here, so you got to stick with the Hialeah odds.
Is it 30 to 1 there?
What? Yeah, on the sheet, on the sheet that came in from
This horse
Pemberton.
would be 30 to 1. Now, this is an even money
Now,
bet.
even money, 30 to 1, we
you
break
don't have
even.
To pay me on
This
that.
is
Yeah, here it is, 30 to 1 in the morning line.
Okay.
That one will settle later.
Okay. 30 to 1's break even. If it's 29 to 1 or less, I win. If it's 31 or more, you win.
Yeah, if it's 31 to 1.
Now, what is this little asterisk at the bottom here?
It goes from 30 to
Seriously,
35.
you see this? It came from Associated Press.
Shows
from,
you what I know about
Pimlico,
horses.
From the Preakness, it says at the bottom, P.S., if you're betting on Northern Wolf, don't hold your breath. What does that mean? You know, like on the green sheet, sometimes it'll say, don't rush to the window. I love, that's one of my favorite comments. Don't rush to the window.
Note on the screen.
Tana wants to say hello to Glenn.
Tana? Who is she?
You mean Tanner?
Tana.
If that's Tanner, boy, he sure had that operation, I'll tell you that.
She's the Phoebe Cates lookalike.
Tana. Oh, she's the Phoebe. She does look a little like Phoebe. Look at that.
You're the Phoebe.
And she came in here to give you a little kiss and something else. What is that music I'm hearing?
Are you the Phoebe lookalike? Who are you?
Oh, my gosh. Where are you from?
Oh, this is one of those.
Oh, that was the best. That was the best. Hank, you want to do why don't you do a play-by-play of Bird's face?
Oh, I do color. Play-by-play. I'm the color man, okay? But I would say that in evaluating the situation,
how far
that they're in a spread offense right now.
How far is this going to go is what I'm interested in.
Well, it looks to me like it's a bomb and it's liable to go from one end of the field to the other.
Could this go all the way?
Well, I think if the bird rises to the occasion, they're definitely going to have something going on.
Oh, my God. There goes the bells. She does look like Phoebe Cates. The bird is...
You are magnificent. You don't have to make a living doing this.
Was that an offer or what?
Keep house for Hank, yeah.
What a world-class caboose.
Isn't that something? That is...
Aren't you a little early? This is the kind of stuff that usually goes on Steve's show.
God,
This makes great radio, doesn't it? People out there
look, well, what you got to do is, oh, my God.
Using their
That's all right. Our
imagination.
audience has got an active imagination.
Remember, you got a stripper on your birthday,
Yeah.
Zeta from Hot 105?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Not quite the same.
She is.
No.
Look at this. Here we go. Now, let's see what's under this tongue. And there is...
Can I offer you a rib?
Okay. Try another part, Hank.
Yeah.
Certainly is giving you her best. Here we go. We're getting ready. Now, you know what's interesting, Hank, and that's a one-piece bodice she's wearing, which means that...
Oh, wait, bodice?
Well, it means
that was bodice.
Bodice, bodice. I figure bodice. I don't know, you know.
Look at Neil. Totally disinterested.
Couldn't care less,
It's
right?
really smashing. I love it.
Oh, man, I got to tell you. Here we go.
Where's Neil is doing now what you were doing when Neil and I were talking baseball.
But you know what's interesting is the lady that has the kind of... This lady was chosen with care because she is the bird's kind of figure, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you see, this is what happens when you had all your
Incredible.
chances
By
and
the
you
way,
blew it, if I can say that.
Has Gary issued a memo on this?
Where
Yes,
was...
he's typing it right now.
You don't think this is bad radio, do you?
No.
Oh, my God.
Gary just said he wants a better seat, that's all.
She put the bodice over his head. Now, where will the panties go? He's going to look like Lawrence of Arabia after she's finished with him. God, look, Glenn is looking. Are you embarrassed? You're not embarrassed, Glenn.
No, he loves it.
Not on radio, I'm not embarrassed.
What are you saying? You mean you'll be embarrassed with what we've got lined up later for you?
And your name is Tana?
My name's Tana.
You're great.
It's important to tell first.
Yes.
Old friends, huh?
By the way, this is the wrong studio. He's on GTR.
I'll never forget you. What's your... Anyway, good. You got to talk into the mic. Just take it right up by your lips. Right.
Don't you like the way she holds that?
Okay.
She looks like you've done this before with a microphone or something, right?
No.
Never. Okay.
Never.
You just look like you know what you're doing. Go ahead.
Okay. Dear Bird.
You would love interviewing people.
Now, will
like
you
this.
stop there?
My element.
Heavy-duty stuff to lay on him, so to speak. Go ahead.
Okay. Dear Bird, sent this surprise because you're number one. Hope you enjoyed it and had some fun. Happy birthday.
Shocking.
From the gang at Strippergram, from Mark and the gang at Strippergram.
All right. Isn't that nice? Good. You can nuzzle in there, Bird.
Okay.
She's cute.
Isn't she adorable?
Yeah,
Thank you, Tanner. That was
been doing
really
this a long time?
incredible.
3 years.
3 years.
Want to stick around for my show? Mine we do in the new total.
It's 1:40 at WIOD.
It's called No Big
I
Deal.
was nervous about coming here. I thought you guys were the ones that cut everybody down.
No.
Not us.
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Plus, where you'll find absolute. Oh, that was not the same people.
I gotta
They
find
sent
out
that
where to
to
buy
us. We gave that to Henry. But no, this
This
is
is really my kind of show.
Pizza Loft.
And
Food, booze, and
strippers.
women. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Okay, and if that wasn't enough, how about some horses from Phil, right?
Hi, Neil.
Who's an expert on women and horses, okay?
Yeah, 7-time loser. So what's up, Phil?
Oh, Henry, you had to go give away my family.
He's been ripping you brutally today, Phil.
Well, I don't care. I still love him.
Okay.
Anyway, here's the second race from Hialeah Park, and I'll give you the recreation because they're at the top of the stretch. There's a quarter of a mile to go, and they went to half in 45 and 4. Sound Sonic draws away to lead by 4.5 lengths. Quickest of the Sea, the 7-5 favorite, moves into second position. Logically,
7 to 5
on the outside
favorite.
is third. Then Age of Gold comes on fourth. Dependable turns fades fifth, and Medieval Rules is sixth. They come past the eighth pole, and Sound Sonic draws away to lead by 6. Quickest of the Sea is now second by 3. Age of Gold comes on third with North Athens. A 16th of a mile to come, and they're not going to get Sound Sonic. He leads by 7. Quickest of the Sea, a clear second. Age of Gold third. They come to the wire. Sound Sonic trounces this field. Quickest of the Sea, a clear second. Age of Gold was third.
Must have been the off track.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know why, maybe because I've been on so much today, but Freddie Farrell called me up, the clerk of scales, and told me, please run your commercials while we're running races so they don't miss any of the show.
I bet you Mike Gonzalez put him up to that.
He probably did because Freddie...
By the way, Phil.
Hey,
Phil?
Yeah.
Your 8th wife just left here.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Bring her over. I'd like
Let me tell you something. Well, I think she goes to school with your... I know she goes to school with Steve's daughter. I think she goes to school with your daughter, too. The one I met at Facade the other night.
I'll tell you, as far as women go, my future's behind me.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, a little pause.
Yeah, we just let that kind of hang by itself.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Phil. Well, another second. We're on a streak, okay?
Okay, listen, it doesn't make any difference. There'll be other winners on other days. The main thing is that Bert should have a happy birthday today. Don't aggravate him.
Okay, nice. Phil.
Okay?
See you later.
All right, see you.
Bye, Phil. See you Saturday.
Say hi to Walter Blum for me.
Will do.
Okay.
He's talking to me.
See ya.
You gave it to him Saturday. Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, he got taken down on and here's a 976 Phil, okay? His horse came over and almost slammed another horse into the gate because he was much the best. He shouldn't have come down, according to Phil.
Is Walter Blum still riding?
Steward. No, he's a steward.
Now, wait a minute. This isn't the race that I was talking about. This was not Saturday. This was a couple of days ago. Gonzalez was second on the rail, and the horse that was going to beat him, but he practically pinned Gonzalez's horse to the rail.
right.
Mike had to stand straight up.
Yeah.
And the rationale by the stewards was, well, the horse was clear anyway. Well,
No, they took this one down.
Well, not this one. They left this one
up.
up.
He deserved to come down.
Yeah, well,
this can't be the same Walter Blum that I used to bet on at Aqueduct.
Yeah, of course,
Oh,
of course. He's been around.
The first time I went to a racetrack was in New Jersey at Monmouth, 1956 or something like that.
Right.
And he was riding. He was a great
rider.
rider.
I used to work with his sister Ethel Blum at KAT.
I remember Ethel.
Now listen to me. Since we've semi-made up here, just do me one favor. Put that bet through the windows because I really don't want to take your money.
Steve. Let me tell you something. That money's in my pocket and it's staying there.
All right. Well, what the heck? Listen, maybe you'll win it, and God bless.
Don't be saccharine. $100 for my friendship.
This was the big confrontation we've been building up to for a week and a half. God bless. That's terrific.
Anyway,
you can do better
that's
than
it.
that.
I mean, I know you're just
like
you bum. You're just
hell
you
or
want us
something
to
like
kill
that.
each other. I know.
No, I just want a little bit of the truth
like
to come
me.
out. That's all, because he hates your guts. He does. It's not a laughing matter. He hates you with a passion. There's a difference between dislike or resent, but he hates. Hates.
The operative question here is: if Hank truly does hate me, do you think I can survive that?
Absolutely.
All right, so everything's fine. But put that $100 through the window.
No.
Let me ask you this: if I win, can I collect on Sports Talk?
Sure you can. You
All
can
right.
collect anywhere you want.
That sounds good.
What do I have to pay him, Neil?
Can I collect? Can I come in and collect next time we're on Sports Talk with Joe?
He's got one of Larry King's old checkbooks that he's writing checks out on to pay these off.
I trust Hank.
Do you?
Hank's got a reputation.
I pay.
That's what we heard. That's what
layaway. You like layaway, Steve?
That's what Tana said too when she looked at you. She said, "There's a guy that pays."
Tana?
Tana.
Well, I have to go.
Oh, Tana! I forgot about her.
Yeah.
Already.
Anyway, I have to go cut a Nutrisystem spot. You mind if I take these ribs with me?
Go right ahead. In fact, it probably would sound pretty good if you
really contrived show, Steve.
Of course.
I knew that.
I think it would sound good if he's like slurping on those in the background while he's doing the spot.
You don't think they pay me to be serious?
Just leave Zagacki alone. You can pick on me.
I tell Joe I love him. I want to shake hands. I want to forget it. I'll never do it again.
Sit down sometime and talk with Joe and glean his knowledge.
Do you think, Joe, hey, I don't know anything about sports. I don't pretend to be a sports expert. I know I get ticked off when they go on strike, but I'm not a sports expert.
Oh, so you know nothing about
I know nothing. I know nothing about sports, but take my advice. Put that bet through the window.
By the way, on that first part there where he says, I know nothing, lift that part of it so we can play it on Sports Talk on a regular basis.
One of those car things, wasn't it?
He's going to get that off the tape. You can be sure of that. You can go to the bank. In fact, you can make a hefty bet on that.
And if he doesn't, you will.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not getting involved in any of this. We just do our own.
We're set it up and hope
we're just like a little cafeteria here. We just eat our lunch and mind our own goddamn business. Okay, that's all we do.
Well, you think we've resolved this?
No, I think not in the least.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think if I go up, I have a real need to apologize to Joe and to make up with Joe. You think he would talk to me if he felt I was sincere?
Yeah,
Well, no.
You know what it reminds me of? What happened
here?
Wait a minute. You remember the show?
You want me to be your interview?
You remember the show you did? They replayed it this Sunday, okay? With the sex surrogate, Marilyn Volker.
Yeah, right.
And even your insipid right-wing guest was in laughter when she talked about the part about, hey, she massages the guy's neck and she does all the... And here's a guy who hasn't had an erection in years, and she finally does all these things, and he gets the erection, and then she says, okay, that's the end of the session. That's what this kind of reminds me of here, okay? That's exactly what this reminds me of.
Which one of us has the erection?
Either one of you had an erection, although I think that you both may have one for each other.
Now I'm starting to wonder.
About what?
About who's got the erection.
I think you both
I know it's not me. I think the analogy was
excellent.
It was nice when it happened on my show, but somehow the analogy doesn't hold up to
I thought it was great. But
have
the
a
audience
good show, Steve. Good luck. I hope they hire you.
Right, really.
So anyway, we're going to get the story behind the story today, I hope. Now, Bob Mayer was conspicuously absent.
Take care.
He's going to rip you now. He's got to go in production, so he's going to be locked in. He can't hear a word that's going on.
We know that. Yeah.
Now, the last pot on the right, just punch it up where it says on air. You can monitor every word he's saying
on this money.
Oh, by the way, tell everybody in the audience to bet on this horse. We got to bring the odds on.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's, boy, oh boy, what a letdown. I thought they were going to, really get into it and screaming and yelling.
And we substituted that for the lightning round?
Yeah.
Can we still do the lightning round?
No, we're out of time. All these poor schleppers that were on here, they hung on for hours.
Now, they've been on since 10 o'clock waiting for the lightning round.
Giving up. Boy,
we apologize
profusely. I think it was a great analogy, just like the woman talking about how she helped this guy and he got this wonderful erection and they just kind of sat there marveling and looking at it and everything. And then, okay, put your clothes on, the session's over, it's time to go home. We accomplished, and that's kind of what happened here. There was this big build-up.
What did you think was going to happen?
Anticlimactic. Well, I thought maybe a couple of, shots to the head or something. Not a major brawl, but a couple of little shots,
You're listening to the best of Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Glen Hill, Fat Rich, and a cast of thousands out here at Toyota of Hollywood on an incredible Saturday. And we got free food from the Salvos out here, all that delicious pizza and Italian entrees, all kinds of great things. We've got Char Hut certificates while they last. And don't forget, several reasons why today is the best day of the year for you to buy one of those beautiful 89 Toyotas. First of all, it's the dog days of summer. The prices are slashed. Secondly, you buy a new car today, any new car, mention WIOD, and it's your choice of the Bentley Super 8 home movie system or the deluxe portable TV.
And look at the prices, Neil, on some of these cars. That Toyota Corolla, $8,990. Incredible. The beautiful little Tercel, $6,790. The Camry, $10,999. And if you're into a Celica, only $10,997 on the summer grand special grand slam going on today at Toyota Hollywood. We have security guards who are escorting certain objectionable people off the premises. We have a great time. The crowds are gathering. The food is here. Come on by. Here's Uncle Neil. He'll tell you where to come.
Okay, if you're anywhere in the area, we'll be here till 3, so come on out and get here as soon as you can, because the sooner you get here, the more likely there'll be a little bit of food. You can snore a little bit and shop for one of these great Toyotas. We're at Toyota of Hollywood. Easy to get here. We're right on State Road 7. That's 441 between Taft and Sheridan Streets in Hollywood.
610 South Florida Weekend.
You'll hear only the best this weekend, including the best of Steve Kane tomorrow afternoon. Now, more of the best of Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Now, what was that? Bill Wyman is going with whatever her name is, Smith.
Mandy Smith.
And her
Wyman's son
is going with her mother.
Is 27, and he goes with Mandy's mother,
right,
who is 40.
Okay, good family type activity. Dade County, hello.
Yeah, Steve Kane got stretch marks on his butt.
Dade County, hello.
I'm so confused.
Huh. Palm Beach, hello.
Boynton.
That's all you need to say. By the way, can you believe that Ned Smith thinks the lightning round's on tape? I mean, I know Ned's a little bit slow because he was in Palm Beach a long time, that sandy beach. But let's get ethereal, okay? On tape? Well, see, he hears like the dork lady and some of the same people, so he assumes that it's on tape every day. What a douchebag, huh?
No.
I think Ned Smith is on tape.
Ned, we're hearing it with you. We don't have
By the way,
no
did your
idea.
tape ever make it on Channel 4 News?
No, they wouldn't use
Why
that.
do they keep coming over here? I think they just like hanging out.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. Broward, hello.
Is Don on the phone?
Dade County, hello.
Yeah, is 7519463?
Boca, hello.
You just better stop with that gay gimmick, okay?
And someone
Alice, I can't believe
someone thinks that this is on tape.
Yeah.
I mean, God.
Yeah. Very tightly edited, too. Kind of like almost as well as the best of Neil, but we don't want to go into that. Broward, hello.
Gerbers.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a long time.
No. I better get in my cougar. Palm Beach, hello.
Holly Wally Doodle all the day.
Boy, thank God we got that in before time ran out. Broward, hello.
Neil, what about Richie Hebner?
Yeah. There's somebody with good taste. You got it. Boy, let's get off of that Patrick Swayze crap. Dade County, hello.
This is Denny's restaurant. Y'all hold what y'all got till y'all get.
Oh, my God. Too bad I took that other card out of there already. Broward, hello.
Steve Kane, a bad actor and talk show host.
Boy, shameless. Dade County, hello.
Hello, Publix. About this spoiled beast.
That was the Miami Shores lady.
Uh-huh.
Boca, hello.
You got it, baby. You got it.
Bob. Yeah, that was Bob Lassiter and a computer junior. Palm Beach, hello.
Hey, in Caprita, does that begin with a C?
Dade County, hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm in.
You're what?
Oh, Mr.
And this is on tape? Some people are so naive.
These people who hesitate, man, you know, never has it been truer. He who hesitates is lost, because they take like that extra breath and they're not sure they're on, and all of a sudden, like a half word into it, that buzzer just goes off automatic. Dade County, hello.
Don't buy a house, Lord.
Okay. A Stan Major caller on the... Broward, hello.
Hey, Neil, this is Noodle saying it's a good time.
Boca, hello.
And down the stretch they coming.
Dave Jr. Dade County, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes?
And you think this is on tape, huh, Ned?
Sure. Broward, hello.
What if Tom Brokaw changed his first name to Dick?
Boca, hello. Palm Beach.
Yeah, did you ever see Maria Shriver?
Dade County, hello.
Yes, is Jamie Lee Curtis out on Tail and Drag?
Broward, hello.
Hello, Craig? Oh,
my arthritis is acting up again.
Chronic.
Boy. Dade, hello.
Connie Chung is a Beijing provocateur.
I bet you that was Maury Public Jr. on there. It sounded like it to me. Broward, hello.
don't forget Vicky Rooney.
That was a call from the Poconos, wasn't it? Dade County, hello.
Mia, I'm a butt plug.
That was the guy's friend who calls in from, what's that place? Mayo.
Yeah.
I can never remember that. Boca, hello.
Steve Kane and Joe Zaki are having an affair.
And it'll be on the show at Channel 7. What is it? Current Inside, Outside
Current
edition.
Inside, yeah.
Broward, hello.
The Cardinals are subhuman douchebags.
Palm Beach.
Hello, dork lady. I think I want you.
Dade County, hello.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Broward, hello.
Anticipation.
Palm Beach.
Greg Worthing.
Oh, boy. He must have been in that movie with Tom Cruise, Losing It.
Yeah.
Dade, hello.
Go back to FM, you Chicago scumbag.
Okay. Broward, hello.
Are you sick and tired of listening to fat homosexuals? Listen on the air. Listen to me, douchebag, in the morning.
A little call from Wolfie Radio there, too. It's a good thing we had our cord plugged in. Dade County, hello.
Bob the douchebag.
Boca.
It's Northern Wolf holding up the rear.
Boy, Steve has had a real impact on that race tomorrow, hasn't he? The horse will probably go off 90 to 1 now. Broward.
Hi.
Yeah.
Is this WIOD?
And Ned, do you think
he
this
was
is on
chuckling
tape?
as he said it, too. I think that was Ned right there,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
really.
Dade, hello.
Oh, hello. Mr. Neil.
Dade County, hello.
Neil, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Palm Beach.
Steve Kane's a douchebag.
A lot of Steve Kane hostility today, which is good. He'll probably have a good show today. Dade County, hello.
Goodbye.
I see there's one trying to beat us to the punch. That sounded like the Gerber's guy, didn't it? Just a little bit? Just a little bit.
Fascinating.
Just a little touch of lettuce. Palm Beach.
Yeah, is that Caprito with a P?
Boca.
This is Veggie from Boca. Got any veggies?
That wasn't him, was it?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. My
I don't
heart
think
is
so.
throbbing now. I hope not. Broward, hello.
Yeah, if this is taped, where's the beep?
Dade County, hello.
Hello, lovely lady.
Jack from the beach.
That's a bill long.
Call her at the YWCA, sir. She's got a nice little room. No phone. She'll have to get it at the office, I guess. Broward, hello.
Sally Fitz.
Uh-oh.
Dade County.
Neil, this is Willie. Did you get my CDs?
That's the guy with the Steely Dan CDs. That explains the problem right there. Palm Beach.
They don't.
Well, they're there.
We're all dying over here.
Okay.
You notice the lapse?
When in
lag?
doubt, spit it out, okay?
They're a little slow.
That's what
there.
Dr. Ruth always says. Dade County, hello.
Steve Kane doing the wild thing.
Frightening.
Broward, hello.
Show sucks.
Boca.
This is Barbara Cabinet Midland. We should save WOLD.
Yeah, maybe the Art Greco lady can save WOLD. There you go. That's something for Steve to throw in with his other commandos. Dade County, hello.
Bird, you got it. You got it.
Bob Jr. Palm Beach.
And if nothing else, friends, make someone happy, won't you, please?
I told you, man, we can't compete today. When Craig is on, it's all over but the shouting. It's all over but the shouting. I'll say it again. Dade County, hello.
You ever seen Harry Hamlin and Fred Flintstone at the same time?
No, as a matter of fact.
With Rob Lowe.
Never have.
Dade County, hello. Broward, hello.
Neil, you're a dork.
Oh, yes, she is.
You know, she does sound cute,
Yeah,
doesn't
she
she?
is. She's adorable.
She does.
An adorable dork.
Yeah.
Palm Beach, hello.
I don't do my job as well when I'm constipated.
That was Johnny Dark, I think. I don't think after yesterday he'll have that problem
Now
anymore.
that you mention it.
Broward, hello.
Dr. Sidney here.
Clocker.
That was Clocker Jr.,
Yeah.
believe me. Broward, hello.
Yes, what is the area code for Lakeland, Florida?
Unlisted. Dade County, hello.
Joe Provocateur, any calls for me?
And finally, of course, in Boca, like I said, finally in Boca.
Well, you come over here.
All right. That was not him, though. Can you believe we went through a whole day and the Boca Puker couldn't get in? But we did get Puker Jr., which is good enough for us.